Jeez, Lum Lum will take over the channel. Lum Lum, kick Arch into gear, please.
Lum Lum will do no such thing because Lum Lum is soon to be dead.
Lum Lum is sickly.
You can be the new host. Soon
Lum
they'll
Lum
be
is
donating
sickly.
so that Arch can shrink and go on your head.
Oh, look at ArchCat today.
Oh, I gotta switch back to my cat. Oh my god, you mirrored my picture, and I'm looking to the right, so I can keep bullying Lum Lum.
No, don't bully the sick.
Yes.
What's so good?
This is kind of good. That's the cat on the one side, and there's Piers on the other, and the crying fish in the middle.
Started all saying cat, and then one of my cats came in.
Kitty.
We must have patience with Lum Lum today, chat. She's trying to be quiet because the ICE agents are raiding her house, looking for German refugees, grandchildren of Werner von Braun, who long since should have been tossed out.
I have lost.
It's really specific. It's a shame they're looking for you.
I have to stay hidden on the roof. That's why I'm sick. It got cold.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
See, the Mexicans are a lesser threat compared to the Argentinian immigrants that Lum Lum is hiding. All of them suspiciously blonde and blue-eyed and looking a lot like each other.
You know that happens.
Don't question it. Bully her, she's weak. No, don't bully the sick. I can't defend myself.
Defend yourself by sneezing on them.
How will that help? They're on the other side of the screen.
Oh. Well, just turn off your screen, then they can't bully you.
Also, sick Lum Lum kinda sounds like a boy, chat. Don't you agree? I think she was been pretending this whole time.
No, my throat just hurts.
We caught her. She's been pretending to be healthy.
I am 98% sure Lum Lum has a penis.
Wow, that's a high percentage. That means it's true.
Spread Nurgle's gift. I will send a germ bomb straight to Arch.
Better than a glitter bomb.
Lum Lum is Kibs? No. Lum Lum is not Kibs.
I don't think I know who Kibs is, but whenever Kibs comes up, I just hear stuff about twinks.
Yeah, it's because he's a professional femboy prostitute.
Oh, okay. Until you added prostitute, I didn't know you could be a professional, but no, I guess prostitute's a profession.
Yep. They've paid him to sit around his house wearing cat ear earphones, a butt plug, and programmer socks.
Wait, hold. They? Who's they?
His chat. They're forcibly transitioning him.
Oh, streamer. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a crazy thing to pay for.
They're pulling a Finster.
Finster?
Yep.
Who's Finster?
Another professional femboy prostitute who was groomed by his audience to transition.
I didn't know there were so many. I just thought there was Nick Fuentes.
It's like, you know the meme of like femboys going extinct because people keep transitioning them?
Yeah, I've seen an image going around.
Unfortunately, people really like to, what's the terminology? Crack their eggs.
Yeah, eggs and
yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I will never forgive Nick Fuentes for giving Vosh, the lolicon rimmer lover, an actual win.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, Nick Fuentes, a right-wing cultural commentator who was very much anti-gay. He was caught in public with a Twinkie-looking dude wearing cat ears.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, giving him various sultry looks. It was not good.
The most vocally anti-gay people are definitely gay. But with, like, Nick Fuentes, do I even need to make a fucking argument?
Not really. And this made our favorite young child horse rimming aficionado very excited.
Oh, I just noticed that we have Ethan Klein on screen. Man, I remember when he used to make like videos in front of his computer making jokes about stupid people on the internet, and now he's like a political commentator or something?
He's been like that for the past couple years now, but hey, he lost weight. It's like he looks healthy, but he also looks like he's on narcotics at the exact same time.
I was gonna say he looks healthier, and yet he somehow looks less healthy. If that makes sense, he looks like he's in agony, like he's stressed out of his mind at all times. He looked a lot happier back when he was fatter.
I don't think he's ever been happy. I am almost as certain as I am that Lum has a penis, that this man's wife frequently flattens his balls with a peen hammer.
Why are you the way you are, Arch?
Listen, I'm pretty sure of this.
You're pretty sure that I have a penis?
That as well.
Why?
That's the way you sound. But yeah, no, his wife uses thistles in his nuts. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. The flat end, by the way, not the round one.
Yeah.
But
man, it would be nice if you would actually show your screen so we don't have to wait for the stream delay to pull it up.
Wow, that would be nice, Lum. Maybe.
It would be very nice, Arch.
Maybe if you could remind me of these things instead of just being a sickly little taco fajito or whatever you call your food.
I've been sick for the past couple days.
What the fuck is a fajita?
Good.
It's fajita. He means to say fajita, but he will say food and
Fajito?
everything wrong. Fajita.
Fajitas kick ass.
I don't know about that.
You hate all Mexican food and call all of it slop, even when it's very clearly not slop. Is soup slop?
No. Yes, there's no clearly defined boundaries between it.
But it's not bad, right?
And I don't eat fucking that either. Like, most of these things.
Soup?
The problem is, okay, it runs through you like water. It has no strength. It has no grip in your intestines. It's just straight through you. Whoop. And you're sitting there, shitting yourself aggressively.
Well, what about chili? It's full of fiber. You
No.
got kidney beans in there. You got tons of protein. It's really good for you.
No,
Dry
definitive
dry
slop.
bread. Don't forget, this man just eats probably just raw potatoes, peeled, no skin in sight, because he doesn't like the skin. It's like, okay, when I told Arch that I was sickly, and that I probably wasn't going to be very talkative, but at this point, I feel like I'm going to have to play defense for myself the entire fucking stream. He was like, I will send you a potato. And I'm like, thank you, Arch, a recovery potato.
What the fuck? Is this just like a... Is this a Nordic thing? What is this?
It's an Arch thing.
She speaks.
It's an Arch thing, because he doesn't like flavor. He doesn't like anything that can give happiness to the world. He just likes a potato.
I'll have you know that the potato is the king of fruits.
It's not a fruit, Arch.
It is when I say it.
Holy
my
shit.
God.
Someone just donated $100 to apologize to you. Man, if I got $100 when people apologize to me, holy shit.
Oh, no way. What did you do?
What was I gonna... Oh, right. I was Okay, we're gonna get to Ethan Klein in a moment. I swear. It's just I'm having a lot of fun hurting Lum right now.
What?
I have
But
lost.
I was going to put up a goal about this. Okay? Let me just do that. Let's see, how greedy. We're gonna be, 15... No, let's take 10 orange super chat. I'm gonna be greedy today.
What's an orange super chat?
It's the $20 ones. I like those the most. I don't know why. I almost like those more than the red ones. Because I don't know why. Orange is a color that speaks to me.
I can understand that. It's a nice color.
Orange is the color of warmth, comfort, some happiness, everything that Arch lacks in his life, and he's just like, yes, the orange money will make me feel so much better.
Oh, that checks out.
Possibly.
I have lost.
But if we reach our goal today, I'll take this art here, a hero that looks like you, and I'll have it race swap, chat. We'll make him white, chat. Blue eyes, blonde hair, and I'll post it on Twitter. It should piss off all the correct people.
He looks just like me.
Also, Nolly, thank you very much. What did you say? Hi, Art. I just want to apologize for my comment on yours and Sagan's podcast. I meant no disrespect towards yourself or your country. If anyone's had you sound offended and You sounded offended and offered my deepest apologies.
What did Noli do?
I don't know. I don't remember. So I can't have been that offended.
Okay, see,
Okay,
that's
Noli.
that thing right there. I've had this happen. Okay, so I've done YouTube full-time 15 years, and several times over the years, I've had people message me, and they're like, hey, I'm really sorry for this thing I said back whenever. And every single time, it's just like, no, it's all okay, dude. I don't even remember you or what you said. It's all okay. I hold no ill will.
Yes, understand. I view you all as insects. You cannot hurt me.
Okay, well, that's not what I said. I try to remember usernames, and I'm better at remembering display pictures.
Too. Well, when they pay me money. I even have like a thing that if they donate subs and I recognize somebody they catch in the sub thingy, I give them bonuses on their next goal.
See,
Make a fishing game out of it.
I barely get donations with messages because I just like read the whole chat and I remember people year in, year out, even if they never give me $1.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that.
Well, I know on politics YouTube that's a big no-no, but
you gotta treat them the way they deserve to be treated. Like
chat,
dogs.
for whatever it means to you, I am reading your messages, and I do try to respond and bring up the funny ones when I can, even if you're not donating money.
I remember Sandoom because he has a rat brick, which means that at some point in the past, he must have given me a lot of money, and now so I have marked him with my colors.
Wait, marked him with your colors?
Yes, I offer rat bricks to people I like.
Ignorant slut.
And then they use them as profile pictures, and now they're forever marked by my, well, scent, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, Fractal Jack says he remembered me on Lum Lum's stream. See, I'm good about that. I remember people year by year. I've done this for a long time.
I remember a lot of people when I see them in other streams that I watch, and I'm like, wait, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll recognize people from other chats and stuff. That helps. Honestly, it helps more on YouTube, because on YouTube you also get their display picture, and I find that makes it easier to remember. It's why I also remember people better on Twitter, because there's a display picture to go with it.
Well, you can see the display picture. Look at that. First yellow, orange. I don't know. What's the colors? Super chat. Danny Yana. He's got that picture from El Dorado, which was an amazing movie. Now I remember him. For the Lumi stream funds. And I really like orange colors. Also, do you see Keel over there? I don't know what a Keel is.
You know, on the topic of display pictures, something that I've noticed for, I don't know, over a decade now, and maybe you guys have some insight on this, because it seems like it's only ever political people who have this display picture. What's with the worst takes you've ever seen in your life always coming from someone with a display picture of J.C. Denton from the first Deus Ex?
I don't know. I haven't noticed that.
Really? Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
He's like the main character from the first Deus Ex.
Oh, I didn't ask for this. I remember him now.
No, I didn't ask for this. Is Human Revolution. That's Adam Jensen.
Guarantees citizenship.
Oh, fuck.
No,
this is all utterly irrelevant, because I've been reminded of El Dorado now, and all I can think of is delicious brown girl in that movie.
Okay, I'm putting it in live links right now for you. You have seen this picture. There you go.
Look at her, chat.
It is simply unavoidable to see J.C. Denton and be on YouTube. I just sent it in live links.
Look at Chell.
I'm looking, respectfully.
There's no respect here. Why can't we make animations like these anymore? When did we forget this? When? When did this happen? Why is all animation shit now? I'm upset.
Because they want to be cheap.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's a big part of it. I don't know if it's like in game development, but I always hear game developers, whenever they're asked, like, why don't we make games like this anymore? Like, and they're referring to something, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago that was really good. And the depressing thing they always say is, we don't know how to anymore. Like that knowledge is lost. And I never hear them go into detail on how or why or exactly what they mean by that, but it makes me wonder if the same thing is true for animation.
Oh, I believe so 100%, because, okay, you know how when people go to college for game development and everything, they always teach them how to use Unreal Engine 5 now.
Yeah.
That's why whenever studios have their own custom engine, people don't know what to do. People don't know how to operate off of other engines anymore.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of mainstream studios now switch to Unreal Engine 5. Because it's the only one people know how to use.
Yes, for once in her existence, Lum Lum is actually dead on point here. All problem-solving skills have disappeared from the profession of game development and animations. And when you're not forced to continuously innovate and figure out how your programs works to get the most out of limited resources, and all you're doing is clip arting fucking Unreal assets, quality drops.
That makes sense. Oh, that's fucking depressing, though. Oh, Matt in the chat, just give me Dawn of War with decent resolutions? Yeah, you're fucking telling me, man. Original Dawn of War is fun as hell, but you're so zoomed in.
My God, chat. Look. Goth Chell. This has led me down a pleasant rabbit hole.
Okay, you can look at the rabbit hole later. You can look at the delicious brown girl later.
Okay, you're over here lusting over animated characters, and you still have not looked at the picture of J.C. Denton to confirm for me that you have seen J.C. Denton in display pictures. Chat, do any of you have J.C. Denton as your display picture? I'm sure one of you do, and unfortunately, I hate to be the one to break it to you. If you have J.C. Denton as your display picture, you have the worst takes in the universe. Great character, great video game, but for some reason, if you have that display picture, your takes are just the dirt worst.
Arch, stop looking at Shell. You can look at the delicious brown girl later.
I don't want to.
I see we've gone back to this being the Black Woman podcast, like the first time I was on. Or was it the second time? What was the time where every single subject we had was about black women?
A few weeks ago, I think.
I think that was my first time on, because I remember remarking on that because I had brought forward the topic of Civ 7, which is out in a few days if you have it pre-ordered, which I do. I'm excited for that.
I know. I've had Ray swapped Melanie Brown or whatever her name is.
Wait, hold on. What did you call her?
Melanie Brown.
I think it's Harriet Tubman.
That's Harriet Tubman.
You can think whatever you want. Melanie Brown is her name for today.
Okay. I don't make the rules. It's your stream, man.
This, by the way, is Harriet Tubman, chat, in case you were wondering.
That's historically accurate.
It is. But, no, okay. I was going to talk about this last Thursday with my good friend Sagaruni Pooney about the quality of entertainment and animation and how we just don't make good animations anymore. And I was going, because he'd never seen it before, I was going to show him TIE Fighter. It's so unbelievably good. And it was made by one dude in his fucking basement, and it is the best shit ever made.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all, though. The best shit never comes from studios anymore. It comes from just, like, really passionate individual artists.
Heresy's the question.
Yeah, I know, but, like, we actually used to have stuff like this. I mean, you can even look at old Disney, like Disney Hercules, for example, the fluidity of motion. Hell, fuck, go back to the Jungle Book, and the animation quality is insane.
Yeah. Like, same thing goes for video games. So many of my favorite video games that come out nowadays is just made by, like, one dude as a passion project over a very long period of time. You look at Stardew Valley. You look at this wasn't made literally by one dude, but my favorite video game is Deadly Premonition, and very rough around the edges. It was a budget title back for, like, the Xbox 360, but it was one guy's artistic vision, and holy shit, like, people who are passionate about that game are really passionate about it. And they're passionate about it because the passion of the guy who made it shines through.
Yeah. And again, just the skill and the beauty of this stuff. And again, this TIE Fighter is a decade old, made by one dude with some basic bitch fucking tools.
It looks
amazing.
It looks absolutely insane.
And it's like, I was delving into animation YouTube and stuff, and I actually found that one person animated the entire Rosine fight from Berserk. Like, it is almost 20 minutes long. It looks so fucking good. And I'm like, see, we will never get an official Berserk animation, but fans will animate individual important scenes from the manga. And I'm just like, God. I wish people won't get struck down.
you would think this would become the standard, because it was on the way to becoming the standard. You can, I'm sure, boy, have either of you seen Treasure Planet or The Quest for Atlantis?
Sounds familiar. Let me Google.
I love Treasure Planet and I love Atlantis. They're both so good.
Yeah, these were made in 2000. Treasure Planet came out late 2002. It looks brilliant to this day. This was the standard that was being set in Western animation. We were at the top of the world by a metric mile. Nothing anybody, like the Japanese anime standard couldn't fucking compare to the West. And we have remained not only stagnant, but degressive. We have devolved over the next 20 years. It's fucking remarkable.
God, this animation is like really fucking good.
It's so good.
I'm just watching it while you talk. It's awesome. It's so fluid and emotive and creative. Oh my god, it's the colors.
Yes, the colors too.
Oh my god.
The colors,
you can tell
the
what's
characters.
going on. It's not like fucking, oh god. Whenever I think of like, this isn't animation, but I think of like modern Star Trek, where it's like everything's fucking dark and dreary and ironic and like shaky cam, and you can't really tell what's going on, and just fucking awful. Whereas like with this, there's a lot going on, and yet I can tell everything that's going on.
And
they
at
don't need
no
to hide
point does the camera start fucking shaking for no reason.
I know, right? It doesn't need to. There can be a lot of motion. There can be a lot of movement and everything, but I can still tell what's going on. They're not trying to hide it. There's no need to hide it. Why would you hide any of this? This is gorgeous.
Yep.
Oh, you can tell they're proud of their work.
And
yeah,
and it's like, just because we were talking about Treasure Planet, it's like they made like Amelia, like Captain Amelia specifically, very emotive during her like first introduction appearance. And it's like the details as well, because when she is handed over the sphere, you could see her eyes dilate because she's a cat, very interested in things, so her eyes, you know, widen like any other cat would. And like, oh, it's so cute.
Yep. And the character design too is a big thing. Like, every character here looks great. And again, nobody complained about anything. There's the female fighter pilot. Was the response to this like, oh, women in my TIE fighters? No, it's like absolute hottie. Nobody complained. Perfect. It is only through the corrosive abuse of diversity nonsense that people have gotten inherently defensive now about seeing these characters. And even then, if they're just well designed, people don't give a shit. But then you get, like just the other day, the new Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Let me find out. Either of you see
Fire
that?
is the answer.
I saw like a picture on Twitter, but I don't know anything about it.
I seen part of it, and then I got a headache, and then I turned it off.
Oh, the one with the new animation style.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that looks like a fucking cutscene from 2002.
Yeah,
like a budget PC game.
Someone showed it side by side with some old PC adventure game. I'm blanking on which one.
You ignorant slut.
But what annoys me a lot about this too is, so Mary Jane Watson is of course a massive part of Spider-Man. Like, she is a defining part of Spider-Man. And she is replaced in this one by Pearl, who's a complete random new character introduced purely because she's the correct skin color, basically.
Oh. So this is the new love interest?
Yes, this is the new love interest.
Is this guy not Peter Parker?
The tiny guy in the foreground is the Peter Parker.
Is he still like called that, or is he like a new guy who's gonna be Spider-Man?
Yep, he's still Peter.
Oh. Well, why would you replace... Okay, like, I know they've replaced who is Spider-Man multiple times. I'm not even fully opposed to that, because like a lot of superheroes get replaced. There's been like, in canon, there's been like 7 kids who became Robin. So I'm not opposed to a different dude becoming the next Spider-Man. But if you're gonna just tell the Peter Parker story, then why are you replacing random other characters?
Well, they're placed down to everybody. Tombstone is black now.
Oh.
The Lizard is a black chick now.
Is what's Venom's name? Eddie Brock?
Eddie Brock isn't in there yet. Just the Venom symbiote is acting by itself, apparently.
Oh. Who was... Carnage was like a death row inmate, right?
Yep.
I'm guessing he hasn't been introduced yet.
The Osborns
sure
are black too, though.
I'm sure they'll do the same to Carnage's host as they did to every other ginger. It'll be black too.
Oh, was the Carnage's host a ginger? I didn't even know.
Yep.
Look,
A psychotic ginger.
my knowledge of Carnage mostly comes from that fucking awesome Sega Genesis game, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. That game rocked. Oh my god, that soundtrack.
And
It's
there,
like
of course,
here,
is
I
the
will-
reason why they changed Mary Jane too, because she too was a redhead. So gotta
Dude,
change that.
what is with that? Why is it every redhead becomes black? What is with that shit? It's like really common.
Let me see. Can I? Oh yeah, here we go. Carnage's host name is Cletus Cassidy. He is
God.
yes, Cletus Cassidy.
I feel like I have heard that before. I don't
It's
remember
like-
the story behind like how he got the symbiote on him. I remember the Eddie Brock one because there was like a TV movie for that I had on VHS growing up. Oh, I thought that I watched that so much growing up. That was the coolest shit.
Slight side point
And-
aside. Let's return to Goth Cell now.
Carnage rules by Green Jelly. Someone tried to that at me, but they spelled my name wrong. I saw it anyway. By Green Jelly. Who's Green Jelly? That sounds familiar. Let me search this. Carnage rules Green Jelly. That's like an autocomplete.
Why did that damn little gold thingy die? Oh, piece of shit.
Oh, it's just a really good cover of the theme to Maximum Carnage. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for sending that to me.
30 minutes later. I guess we should finally address one of the main topics.
Oh, I remember
I
when
mean,
that
I
one guy
guess.
sued him and lost. Either than that, I haven't really kept up with Ethan much. I see him float around on Twitter and people love him or hate him. Actually, they usually
Ethan-
love him and then they hate him.
Ethan has had a difficult few years because he's not very intelligent. That's one of his primary drawbacks.
He's very not articulate either. Like sometimes he has kind of a good point, but he says it in the worst possible way.
Like, Ethan Klein is somebody I consider to be an actually stupid human being. And I'm not even saying that to be derogatory. I literally think he's not very smart. That is why he was taken for a ride for like 2 years by Hasan Piker, and they did the Leftovers podcast together.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find a picture of that.
God, how do you get
There you go.
taken for a ride by Hassan? He's so
In your face.
completely insufferable and obviously full of shit. Like, it's nuts. I don't know how you can stand being around the guy. Oh wow, Ethan looks rough there. Like I'm not trying to be mean. I just mean like, is he okay? He looks like a cancer patient.
He was clearly
No,
not okay during that time.
Like whoa,
He-
he hasn't slept.
No,
in
he looks like a skinhead initiate in that picture.
kinda. It's just I'm looking under his eyes. Like seriously, like
You
check his
ignorant
liver.
slut.
Is he okay?
He's not doing okay. He looks
Oh.
tired.
Oh,
He's
that's a great
tired on a
picture.
cosmic level.
Oh, what? Oh
That's a
God,
fantastic
no!
picture.
Is Ethan wearing anything in that picture?
That's very representative of the general situation as well.
Or somebody edit Arch's and Sargon's face on there.
I don't think so, Lum Lum.
But which one is which?
Well, let's see. Arch likes to say that he's taller than Sargon, so Arch would be in the front, Sargon would be in the back.
I would be the
Arch-
dominant one. There's no question about that.
Arch, how tall
Yeah,
are you?
so you'd be in the front. Sargon would be in the back because the one in the back looks soft and squishy.
There you go.
Now, Arch, I do need to know your height for scientific reasons. Well, more so artistic reasons.
He claims that he's 6 feet or over 6 feet.
6 foot
6
or
foot?
over?
Oh, like what? Is
Yeah.
I think no.
Do you know?
How
I'm
tall
guessing
are
you know
you?
centimeters.
I think it's 5'8" or something.
You're
But you're because I'm somewhere between 173 and 180 centimeters.
173 centimeters in feet and inches. So 173 would be 5. I'm going to round it up and say 5'7". And then 180 would be 5'9". So you're probably like 5'7" and a half, 5'8".
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So you're like very slightly shorter than me. How tall is Sargon?
Sargon reaches me roundabout to my belly. He's a midget, a dwarf.
Wow, really?
Nah, he's about my chest, roundabout. He's quite small, quite compact.
Wow, so he's probably
Is
like,
he-
we're talking like 5'5"?
Heresy's the
Something
question.
like that.
Fire is the
Okay.
answer.
Then there's me. I'm just 5 feet tall.
Damn, so Sargon's shorter than Dev.
Also, why are we talking about this?
Because
why
we're
did
trying to
this
see
go?
who's the dominant here.
Oh, and I wanted to know your actual height for artistic reasons.
But to return to the topic of Ethan Klein getting rogered right again. So, Ethan Klein, and in this video too, and I agree, the points he brings up, he's dead on. Hasan Piker is obviously a left-wing extremist and a provocateur. The only problem is it took Ethan like half a fucking decade to realize this. As even in this podcast, in his defense, he goes like, yeah, no, I was an idiot. I was taken for a ride by this guy, even though he was clearly taking advantage of me. But this is a man who has very recently managed to drag himself out of an extreme left-wing position, where he was sitting next to a guy for 2 years who didn't put on much of a mask. He even plays clips from the Leftovers podcast where he's like, are you not for democracy? And Hasan's like, no, I'm a communist, bro. And he's asking the question in this video, like, could I have mistaken his intent? I don't fucking know. He literally fell for the I'm a social democrat line, and that upsets me greatly.
That's insane. I feel like there's different categories of people who say I'm a social democrat. Some
No,
of them
there is only
just-
one category of people who say they're a social
guaranteed
democrat.
citizenship.
Raging communists.
I think that there's ones who say it who just genuinely don't know any better.
Some
And
of
then
them are
there's ones who
idiots.
and then there's one, yeah, and then there's ones who say it because they think that that's the socially acceptable way to say that their end goal is communism.
Some of them are
And-
idiots too.
And I feel like if your whole thing is like, I'm going to advocate for this because I think it'll make it easier to transfer into communism later, then you're just a communist because that's your end goal.
You know, they're social democrat is an oxymoron.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Part of me wants to be like, good on you, Ethan, for realizing and moving against your hereditary enemy. But another part of me really is like, you little bastard.
I have lost.
I know what you were doing here, and you are only now, finally, that the tide has at long last turned, you are crawling on board the rising boat. Upset. Also, Lum made me watch that goddamn video, and again, he's on point about everything he says. I have no problems at all with the points he's making, other than them being fucking ludicrously obvious.
Holy shit, Brandon.
Lum.
Oh my God.
I was complaining about Ethan Klein. And you come
Okay,
here
but
and
no,
you
this
interrupt
is
me.
important. No, this is
Die,
This is
Lum,
important.
die!
It's
Somebody
worth
said-
interrupting it.
money. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
$500. That's a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
Brandon
That is
said
fairly
here.
important.
Says here's money for Arch to play Coffin of Andrew and Renee. Also, Noli was talking about the comment of if Trump said Britain became America.
When Trump said Britain become America. Oh, I vaguely remember that one. Yeah, no offense was taken. Don't worry about it. And thank you so much. That's an incredibly generous donation, even if it comes with strings attached, you little bastard.
No
Hey,
offense was taken. Now
you can-
demand your money back.
We can plan the stream. I think it'll be fun, Arch.
I don't know if you have the correct voice for it. I need somebody older, more dominant.
Okay, so savvy.
I don't know about that either. Although that would probably work out pretty well, yes.
Yes.
We need to recruit voice acting talent. Lum Lum can always do in a pinch when she's healthy again.
I've done some voice acting, but not.
Yes, Dry
not
Bright can play
professional.
just fine.
Yeah, it don't sound feminine
Absolutely.
enough.
Some of the chat disagrees. It's because I sound like garbage over Discord. Actually, do I sound slightly less garbage? I've been futzing with stuff.
I don't know. It's hard for me to hear when I'm sick.
Fair. You guys, just to confirm again, you don't hear like any electrical feedback?
No.
Okay, because I was having some issues with a mic line and a power line before, but I think I've got it all hammered out.
All right. Coffin of Andrew and Renee. All right, let's copy that. Wait, chat. Have I shown you? I've commissioned more incest NTR artwork. Oh. There, my audio has reset itself.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, I was asking what NTR is. I thought you were
cuckolding.
dramatically dropping out of the call as a gag.
No, he loves NTR because he says that NTR is the gentleman's fetish.
And it's
Yeah, but
funny.
what is it? What is it, though?
Cuckolding.
Oh. Well, is there any difference?
Yes, one is Japanese.
So it's Japanese cuckolding.
Yes, but it's funnier because the Japanese have anime, and I enjoy watching anime protagonists get screwed over.
Oh.
Here
So you're
you
into
go, chat.
cuck porn.
No, I'm into it as a humor.
Oh, so you're ironically into cuck porn.
I guess. Like this one. This one is good because it's the mother from Andy and Lele cucking Ashley, the evil sister.
Okay, now share your screen again, Arch.
And I
The-
have
the-
multiple of these now. I'm thinking of starting
Sorry.
a collection.
The mother
Okay.
from what?
Andy and Lele.
The Coffin of Andy and Lele.
Andy and Lele?
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you not seen The Coffin of Andy and Lele?
Is this an anime?
No.
It's a game!
No, I don't know this game.
Oh my god,
what's it
Dry
on?
Bread.
It's about incest and cannibalism, which is why it's so popular.
Believe it or not, I don't spend a whole lot of time playing incest and cannibalism games. I mean,
No,
there's a lot of cannibalism in
Missing
my
out.
RimWorld games.
Okay, Dry Bread. It's not that bad of a game. People just like to overblow the bad ending, quote unquote bad ending. I prefer the incest ending myself because it's funny. But it's like there's a part of a game where Ashley, the sister, tells a girl to relentlessly kill herself multiple times, and it's fucking great.
Okay,
As you do.
looking this up. So this is overwhelmingly positive on
Uh-huh.
Steam. A lot
Yes.
of reviews.
Yes.
It's quite recent, a couple years old.
yes.
Story rich, dark comedy. What kind of early access? What kind of game is this? Is this like an RPG Maker game?
No.
It reminds me of like RPG Maker horror games, but like way more stylized.
It's
It's
like
not a
a
horror game. It's a cute and cuddly
It's
little
like-
game.
Oh.
it's like a visual novel, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wincest ending, yes, the Wincest ending.
Where a brother and sister bang each other and eat their parents.
Oh.
It's a great game. We're waiting for chapter 3 to come out.
Yep.
It's like a visual novel. Okay, I think the only visual novel I played was Katua Shouju. That was a good game.
Oh, I fucking love
Kawata
that one.
Shoujo, you fucking Canadian. Never speak Japanese around me again.
Very
Yeah.
Canadian. Yeah, I got like every ending on that back in the day. I was like hooked on that game when I first started playing it. I am such a little bitch when it comes to emotional stuff like that, so I only play one of those games like once a decade.
So your decade game should be the Coffin of Andy and Lele.
Yeah, you know what? I played that like probably 10, 11 years ago, so I guess it's about time for me to cry again. Which Katua Shouju girl was the best? Probably the mute one.
Kawata. Jesus.
What's a V? I don't understand.
Oh yeah, speaking of visual novels, Arch, we need to plan Wani.
I don't need to plan anything. I'll do it when I want to.
What is this? Arch can't even pronounce his Boo name correctly, don't let him shame you. Well, he can't pronounce my name correctly either, and neither does Lum Lum. None of them say my name right.
You
Yeah,
must
it's not my
accept
name.
this.
Look, if my name was Dominic and you called me a Nick instead of Dom, I would rightfully think that's weird as fuck. I've been Madrybread, IRL, since before it was my username. That's my legit real-world nickname, since I was young. And you're calling me the second half instead of what every other person on the planet calls me, Madry.
Yes.
Have you
Reject
noticed
reality.
Have you noticed how Madry rolls off the tongue and dry bread is two hard separate noises? Who's the gay dude talking? I'm gonna guess that's me.
Okay, would you rather be called slightly moist bread?
No.
Exactly.
Moist. I don't like the word moist.
I don't know why people dislike that word.
It's an uncomfortable word. I don't enjoy the word moist. It brings
don't
to...
You don't like slightly moist pastries?
No.
You like them dry and hard?
Moist bread.
Like a croissant. You don't want
moist
that to be
croissant.
like super dry.
You do. Kind of flaky.
A little flaky, yeah. But you also want it kind of buttery, you know?
Also, Ethan Klein is bad. I wish to return to this topic.
Okay, yes, let's return to the topic.
Ew, the topic.
Before I was so rudely interrupted by Brendan's very generous donation. Ethan Klein's humor is bad. There you go, that was my point.
What?
Yeah, his humor
I
is
like
shit.
humor.
No, his humor is
What's
terrible.
life with... What the fuck is
He
humor
has
with
like
it?
3 jokes through a 2-hour video, which he repeats consistently, and I wanted to
His
unalive
humor
Lum
is
Lum
bad.
at the end of it.
Okay. I thought you just said that his take was humor is bad, like in general.
And now, luckily, Lum Lum is unaliving herself, so I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, she's taking care of that for you.
Also, chat,
No.
soon there will be more Lum Lum feet art. It's just...
You zoom in on those feet. I'm starting to
Hang
think you got a thing for them.
He does. He projects onto me.
What's wrong with her fucking ankle?
Well, listen, it's rare for anime artists to be told to make feet porn, so, you know, he had a little bit of a hard time there. It's normal.
Is that what you told them to make?
No, basically. I explained the
Basically.
situation. Listen here, my chat's weird. They voted for a calendar. I've got some characters for you to make. Lum Lum's a well-known feet fetishist, so we need a feet post of her. And so they sent me this, and I'm happy with it. Another little sneak preview, also focusing in on the feet, of course. There you go.
Are your feet going to be in the calendar?
They could be, as one of the calendar goals is me, so there could be arch feet in there, but...
You got to give the people what they want.
Well, the people haven't asked for that yet.
People ask for that yet.
They've just asked for Arch to be in it. There has been no deliberate request for Arch feet.
Brandon, you sent $500. I know there's another 500 where that came from.
I would bring up the oh yes, dry bread. You haven't seen the other thing that chat commissioned.
Probably not.
Here,
Unless
I'll
you
put
showed
in
it
live
last week on
links
the
because
cast.
I can't actually put this up on YouTube, of course.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't on the cast last week. Okay.
There you go.
Heresy's the question.
Before you start
Jesus.
defending
Answer.
chat too much.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the big dick, big tits death claw.
It's a death claw. Okay, I was gonna ask, like, what alien creature is this? Because it doesn't look much like a death claw, to be honest. I've never quite seen a death claw looking like that. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna go back to stream room.
There
Oh,
you go.
feet. Well, that's better, I guess.
Entirely normal. Entirely
So wait,
fine.
is that gonna be in the calendar?
Yes, of course.
Is that gonna make it hard to find someone who will publish it,
You
distribute it? I'm not
ignorant
sure what the
slut.
vernacular is for this.
No, because YouTube is fine with that. Well, not YouTube. Twitter.
Twitter, okay. I was gonna say, YouTube is fine with that? The image you just showed me?
No, YouTube is not fine with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Chat, you don't know what you're in store for.
And let me also check real quick here. Let's see. I was wondering if there had been any, No, Hasan has not responded yet to the Ethan Kleiner content nuke just yet. Interesting.
Content nuke, title of the video, duh.
Nor has Twitch either, as far as I can tell.
So have you already seen the whole content nuke?
Yes, I have watched it. I have educated myself.
Well,
I watched it as well.
Dude, I fucking ask for the subjects and no one sends me this. I would have gladly watched it ahead of time.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, well,
It's
I
a
mean, I'm
painful
guessing
video
that
to watch.
I know I'll be subjected to a bunch of Hasan, but like, look, I've already inculcated myself enough. I can handle some small doses of Hasan and not immediately keel over and froth at the mouth. It's not easy. I don't want to, but like, I'll make sacrifices for the show.
I wish this was small doses of Hasan. No, this is a fucking macro dose of Hasan. I'm like, oh god, this is it for the year. I don't need it anymore.
Breadboy asks many questions with obvious answers. It's most of his dialogue. Well, brother, I'm not completely plugged into all of this ridiculous shit. Sometimes I gotta ask a question so that I can hear the answer. What matters is that I'm trying to learn.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
That's a particularly sad noise.
I'll be right back. My tummy hurts.
I hope you feel better soon.
No.
Shut up, Arch.
I'm wholesome over here. He's just like, hope you get AIDS.
Well, she already maybe has that. We don't know yet.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Definitely.
Let's not rule out any possibilities. But what he asks for at the end of the video is quite simple. That one, Twitch probably take actions against Hasan, because he demonstrates throughout the video many times in which Hasan has flagrantly violated Twitch's TOS. And the only reason he seems to still be on the platform is because he's personal friends with the old pervert who runs Twitch.
Yep. I mean, they're quite public about that.
Yes. Let's see.
Oh man, like, he gets away with so much shit that anyone else would get nuked instantly for. It's unreal.
There we go. The old pervert that runs Twitch.
God, he's rough looking. Who's the other dude there?
I mean, he's like 100 years old. He doesn't look too bad for somebody who's lived to see a century go by.
How old is he?
I don't even know. I'm assuming 100 years old.
What's his name again? I'm blanking.
But he has been caught on 3 separate occasions, I believe, with Twitch thoughts in his preferred brackets. And don't get me wrong, we all enjoy a good, beautiful woman on occasion, but it's kind of weird when you're the owner of the platform and you're kind of proudly showing off your browser history just filled with your Twitch thoughts. It's weird.
Hold on. When you say preferred brackets, let's be specific here. Exactly what is he being caught doing? Dan Clancy, that's his name.
Dan Clancy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, on Twitch, there are often women who dress provocatively for clicks.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yes. He usually has those bookmarked.
Bookmarked?
Yep, so they come up immediately in his recommendeds.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
I believe in one case, he was scrolling to show off a new feature on Twitch, and it just thought.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not even just him. There's a whole lot of people who've worked at Twitch who, when they stream and they show their follow page and everything, it's all Twitch thoughts. They don't engage with the gaming side of YouTube or Twitch at all, outside of if their thoughts are playing games. And those people sometimes get outed for some nefarious shit.
I'm gonna see if I could find the damn thing, but
like, some of them just use this as like a dating pool pretty much, and some of the Twitch thoughts will use it just as a way to raise up through the ranks and get more promotion and make a good living.
Well, they added to their terms of service that you are not allowed to accuse a moderator of preferential treatment just because they're watching the Heat Thought.
Yeah, I remember that when they, instead of addressing the criticism, they made it so you're not allowed to criticize.
Yep, you may not suggest that the Twitch moderators are giving preferential treatment to the chick in the bathing suit.
I'll remind people, don't take Twitch rules on those kinds of things too seriously. They don't actually enforce a lot of things because they're deathly afraid of everybody leaving the platform. I was public with them about how I broke a lot of their rules for many years, and they never did anything about me because they didn't actually want to see me go. Because I had already left before for several years because I was sick of their shitty service, and the only reason I came back is because Hitbox got bought out by a Zubu, got a Zubu'd, became Smashcast, and then fucking died.
Twitch is probably a dying platform. It's been dying for a very long time, and I guess that's why they're giving Hasan so much leeway, because he's one of the few things that is still semi-afloat on their platform.
Yeah, for sure. If it doesn't seriously course correct, I do think it will die. I don't think it's unsalvageable at this point because it has a lot of cultural impact within gaming. But like, there's a lot of things that we can thank Twitch for, kind of at the behest of the people running it. It's because of the Twitch streamers and the Twitch viewers, for instance, that for anyone who only really got into online communities around like content creators in more recently, I'm going to say the last 8 years, last 10 years maybe. Before that, if you even just had a fucking Patreon or a tip jar or anything, you were being called an e-bagger, even if you weren't e-bagging and you weren't bringing up that you have it or anything. The bar for being called an e-bagger was incredibly low. It wasn't until donating on Twitch became popular that the culture around that changed, and now people are a lot more willing to want to chip in and support their favorite content creators and help them make a living. It's entirely thanks to Twitch that culture change, not Twitch the company. They didn't really do anything to facilitate that. It was gaming broadcasting on Twitch in general that changed that.
Well, it used to be just a gaming broadcast channel, that's the thing, before they took a very different turn.
Harvey says, so it normalized e-begging, great. No, it didn't really. People who genuinely e-beg still have a terrible reputation. Look at DSP. I downloaded a creator wrestler of DSP on the new WWE game the other day, and his whole entrance they gave him was it raining money, and his theme was better have my money, and he's just throwing money all over the place. Like, his reputation is you can still have a reputation as an e-bagger if you're a total e-bagger, but like, look at all these super chats coming in and people dumping hundreds of dollars on Arch, and we're not all yelling about how that person is a dork and Arch is an e-bagger or whatever. We all understand that that is a normal way to fund someone that you genuinely appreciate and that you watch much of his content for free. We all watch a lot of Arch. You guys watch a lot of Arch. I've been watching a lot of Arch. And that shit, he puts a lot of work into that and a lot of time into that. And we're all watching it for free. So it's very important that those few people who have some money and want to donate willingly throw in that money. It's a big deal. And we shouldn't shame them for that, because that's totally normal.
If anything, we should be shaming the people who are not giving me money and taking advantage of my generosity.
I don't know if I agree with that, but... Arch is an e-bagger, though. Oh, shit, you're an e-bagger. You got called out.
God, I can't find what I was looking for now, which upsets me greatly. Well, here, chat. Have a picture of Lum Lum shaking a tortilla on a stick against a person.
Oh, is the thing you were looking for the picture of JC Denton you never looked at? Because I can send it again.
No, I was looking at the picture where I was choking a pony with a rope. I was looking pleased about myself.
You monster.
For some reason, it's not categorized correctly, and I blame Tori for this.
All right, just put another JC Denton picture in there. I put a mint under it so you can clearly identify that the JC Denton picture is the one with the mint.
Oh, what I missed.
Not
Why
the
am I on
claw
screen?
with the cock.
Clawcock?
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about how it was kind of thanks to Twitch that e-begging is not that we don't just call someone having a tip jar e-begging anymore. Not thanks to Twitch, the people running it, but more so just thanks to streamers having tip jars and having audiences that feel okay with sending money in to continue the free entertainment that they're watching.
Wait.
I mean,
were we talking about that?
A little
There's
bit.
a difference
Sure.
between e-begging and like just having a open place that
For sure.
viewers can donate. It's like, you know, for example, I will take VTubers to use as an example. They usually do like donathons or subathons and stuff for special occasions, like their birthdays.
Disgusting.
Shut up, Arch.
Filthy,
Anyways,
e-begging whores.
Shut up, Arch. anyways, some of them, they're just like, oh man, I'm poor, but I don't want to get a real job. I'm gonna do this like every month so people can pay my bills. Or there's ones that have links to be like, okay, this is my monthly rent, guys. These are my monthly bills. If you can donate here so I don't get evicted, it's like, okay, how far behind are you on rent if you're threatened to get evicted in like a month?
Yeah,
That sounds like a you problem, my guy.
Yeah, at that point, it just sounds like they're getting into a career that is not viable for them yet, and that's just a bad decision.
It's just like, I can name like 3 VTubers off the...
Good picture!
I can name 3 VTubers off the top of my head that fits that to a fucking T. And of course, they're stereotypes for a reason, but they're all of certain proclivities.
Yeah. Darkside Phil's my favorite VTuber.
Anyways, we were talking about something whilst I was photoshopping.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I'm only here for another half an hour, by the way, because the Royal Rumble's on tonight, and I'm helping someone post
yes, you
a
told me about
watch-along.
that. That was that homosexual thing where men rub up against each other.
And women. There's a 30-woman Rumble tonight. They're homosexual, too, in the other direction.
Yeah, so still gay, but I
hold on.
prefer the 30 women rumble.
Hold on, this is WWE stuff, right?
It is, yeah.
Are the
The
Bella
Royal-
sisters taking part?
You mean the Bella Twins? I mean, they
Yeah.
might show up in the women's Rumble. They've been retired
yeah.
for a little while, but the men and women's Rumble tends to have surprise appearances, and it wouldn't shock me at all if they came back for it, because they have several times for the Rumble.
I do enjoy the Bella twins.
Wow,
Oh, they got really good near the end. I've watched them live.
Homosexuality aside, the final wrap-up of the Ethan Klein thing, to hurry up for your last 30 minutes, is that Twitch will not change, because Twitch is reliant on Hasan Piker licking their balls. And he is reliant upon them. Neither can survive without the other, so nothing will change. Ethan Klein does not have the, well, frankly, he doesn't have the social weight anymore. He used to, but he allowed it to be devoured by the very man he's now trying to cancel. So, too little, too late is my general judgment of Hasan Piker and Ethan Klein.
I feel like if Hasan was, like, extreme example, let's just say he gets fucking perma'd. He's just gone. He jumps to YouTube, almost definitely. I don't think that would, like, torpedo Twitch. I understand that they make money off of him, but so many people have been driven away from Twitch because of the people like Hasan. It doesn't take many successful streamers to equate to the amount of money that Hasan would be bringing in for the platform anyway. It's not like Hasan is as big as he used to be, even, because he's driven so many of his own viewers away by fucking being Hasan. I really don't think that, like, getting rid of Hasan would be the nail in the coffin for Twitch. If anything, it's part of fixing the problem with the platform.
Honestly, it's like, it wouldn't be the final nail in the coffin, but it would kneecap them. The thing that is keeping them afloat are the whores that are on there. The ones that Dan Clancy likes to simp for. Because, don't forget, all of the whores that are on Twitch can't be successful on actual cam sites because they're probably too ugly to do so. There is a reason why the actual cam whores hate the Twitch whores, is because they are catering to teenagers.
They absolutely are. And they don't like saying that, obviously, because it's got weird implications. But, like, that's absolutely what it is.
That does have weird implications, yes.
Really weird. Which is why they don't like to talk about that, because, like, everybody fucking knows.
And it's like, because we're talking about the whole, like, Dan Clancy trying to be hip with VTubers, trying to say that, oh yeah, Twitch doesn't disproportionately ban VTubers. They do. And he really wants to focus on trying to get VTubers to IRL events. And my little tinfoil hat theory is that he wants to see what the VTubers look like IRL to see who he can simp for, and then not ban them as much.
This too is true. And we should enforce this. All VTubers should have to operate with little pictures of themselves.
No, I like being a fish.
You're German, not a fish. There's a difference.
I'm a fish.
To say that fish can't be German.
Because fish can't be German. Germany can't enter the sea. They've demonstrated this time and time again.
I am imported fish.
From Denmark?
Mexico.
Oh. You mean the Gulf of America?
I was airdropped into Germany from Mexico.
Where are we dropping, bros?
But therein lies the end of the problem, though. If all of their weight is in the prostitutes and the left-wing streamers, they've already kneecapped one of those two, and they are actively kneecapping the other as well, with being constantly hit up for increasing their TOS and actually enforcing it. The thing with Hasan isn't just that they'll get rid of Hasan. It is that they will eventually be forced to try and apply their TOS. That is what will actually destroy Twitch, because they have TOS'd against pretty much everything on their actual platform at this point.
Yeah.
They could simply just look like enormous hypocrites, I suppose, and enforce their TOS selectively, as they already largely been doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Also, don't forget, Twitch has a history, like, they just recently did this with Hasan. They made a Politics 2 Electric Boogaloo fucking category for Hasan to use, but he never uses it because if people use that category, they cannot get any ad revenue because sponsors do not, put anything into that category. It's the reason why they put... Yes, he just doesn't just chatting.
Oh, okay.
And, they did the same with the whores. They added hot tubs and beaches. And it's like, oh yeah, they can be in their micro bikinis because they're at the beach or they have a empty hot tub in the corner of their room.
Dude, you can be literally naked on Twitch as long as you have body paint on, and yet a VTuber can't show their hips. It's not even real.
Yep. But also don't forget, they said that, because of the nature of VR chat, the VTubers on VR chat, as long as they're in the VR chat category, can wear whatever they want. And it's like, no, they're called private rooms for a reason. They can, I don't know, I hate Twitch. That's why I don't use the platform anymore, because fuck them.
It's so selectively enforced. I mean, you're hard pressed to find any streaming website that doesn't very selectively enforce what they do and do not ban. But with Twitch, it's just so fucking blatant.
In summary, I do not sadly think that the content nuke will achieve much. Ethan Klein has waited too long. He does not have the social influence anymore, and I don't think this will change anything. I think this is Ethan Klein attempting to, salve his own conscience more so than anything, to give himself redemption for his retardation. Yes. And that's pretty much it. It's H3H3 jerking off in everybody's faces. Largely.
The people who already don't like him aren't gonna watch it or take him seriously or anything. They're just gonna dismiss him because they heard one opinion they don't like, and that's enough to say, I don't need to watch him because he thinks this. And whether that's an accurate representation of what he thinks or not, who knows? Doesn't matter. That's how a lot of people just behave now.
Well, I don't even think it's that, because his arguments are the same arguments that everyone else has made. Like, if he'd come up with something, how do I put it, more salient, if he'd come up with a more morally effective judgment, then perhaps they might. But all he really does in this hour and 40 minutes video is repeat all of the terrible things that Hasan has done, whilst looking at them going like, can you believe he did this terrible thing? It's like, yes. Yes, I can. This is not a very effective takedown tool.
man, off topic again because I just refreshed Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, our favorite show, The Boys, is doing its thing again. Be like, oh, look it, let's joke on the right.
What's is The Boys that show that's like parroting superhero stuff or something?
Yep.
Oh, Dozens Eggs now. Huh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the economy is currently continuing to crash, but the expectations that Trump would somehow fix the economy in a fucking week were always a pinch unrealistic. But oh well.
That eggs in America have gotten very expensive due to some kind of disease-related recall in, I think, Georgia. Thankfully, it hasn't hit up here in Canada because we have our own eggs. You know, we have a really big dairy industry here.
And the problem, too, is it doesn't really land. See, this is my main contention with The Boys and their critique of the right. Their critique of the left usually lands quite well because it's relatively accurate. Vought is a very progressive corporation, and they've literally been caught doing that kind of stuff. Or caught. They've showed themselves doing it, diversity hires and so on. And it lands well when they do it towards the left because they clearly understand the left. And so when they critique it, they do so from a position of somebody who understands it. Whereas this is just, aha, the right likes white things, white shells. Ha 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 ha. I was like, but the right isn't that.
A lot of right-wing people in the United States are not white. A lot of them are you know, Hispanic Catholics.
Don't forget, the majority of the people who support the deportation are legal Mexicans and legal Latinos and Latinas.
Yeah, usually living near the border where you have to suffer the consequences of that.
Yep.
It makes sense that the people the most against it will be the people who actually live day to day with the consequences.
I put another one in chat with The Deep.
The Deep really needs a redemption arc. I'm sick of them bullying him.
They do bully him. It's like he had something going, and then they just pulled him right back down because they're like, "Ugh, we need a consistent asshole." It's like, no, he's just sad and pathetic at this point.
Yeah, they really need to redeem the fucking Deep.
That's true, Chad. I'm sorry. Latinx. I'm being offensive.
But if I was going to do this poster, instead of the white part, what? Lean into the Christian part of it. Blessed eggs for $19.99. Purer than Mexican eggs or something like that. A little more expensive because they're American. That would hit...
American made, yeah.
Yes, American made. That would hit closer because, yes, there is going to be an argument against the tariffs that it will increase domestic prices. That is simply unavoidable when you have chosen to not compete with your strategic enemy for 30 years. You're going to be on the back foot.
Have them, like, painted like American flags and say, like, American made all over it?
Yeah, and then slap the $20 on it.
Yeah, and have an asterisk in the corner where it says, like, produced in China.
Well, make the joke that the Americans are overpaying for a product just because it's American, and how a corporation could abuse that.
Yeah. I mean, that's fucking true.
Yes, absolutely. Like, patriotism can be taken advantage of, just like any sales ad. Like, the reason why the Palestine scarf became a huge fad was because, like, oh, this is like resistance against capitalism or something. Yeah.
Well, anything that people are emotionally invested in can be taken advantage of, and probably will be taken advantage of if you're not careful. And patriotism is a strong thing people are passionate about, and for good reason. There's a lot of reasons to be proud of being American.
Of course, but the left can't meme, and since they cannot understand the position of the right, the only thing they fall back on is like, okay, how do we make eggs, racist, they're white, aha! Burn!
Yeah, they don't know anything about their opponents politically. It's fucking nuts. They just have like a offensive caricature of what their opponent is, and they engage with that. It's a straw man.
Well, yeah, no, it's the A straw man, less so the straw man, because a straw man is something you construct to make your argument seem stronger by making your opponent's argument sound ridiculous. I don't think they're doing that. I think they literally just don't understand the point of view of the conservative opposition. They just don't get it.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that's true.
I just really wish they would have stuck with the original plot of, oh, how can superheroes be corrupted via capitalism and government backing? Ugh. The comics did so well with that.
I mean, it's a potential goldmine to take shots at both sides, and the initial season did that, but they've given up on the taking shots at both sides part.
Depressing. That's not like surprising at all, though. I feel like there's so many shows and cartoons and whatever that you can watch from back in the day where their stance on politics is, if it comes up, they make fun of both sides and have kind of salient points and criticisms of them. They're kind of anti-political bullshit, like just bullshit politicians. Whereas now it's like you need to firmly place yourself in one camp or the other, and the best way to do that is by just making really stupid, inaccurate, pandering insults towards the other side.
Well, I'm rewatching Buffy right now, and when that show does anything on politics, it's like a 5-second throwaway gag, and then they're back to doing stuff again.
Yeah.
Also, Sarah Michelle Gellar at the height of her career. Jesus, this should be illegal to be so hot. We need to put her in a cage now.
So is that Buffy?
Yep, that's Buffy.
I didn't watch it.
God, what's wrong with you?
He's Canadian.
Kill
It's not
self.
his fault.
Throw
He was
off cliff.
born wrong.
We had Buffy here.
Why didn't you watch it?
Because I was watching other things, probably.
What the fuck?
Stop
What
being a
am I
nerd
watching
and go watch
instead?
Buffy.
I was probably like out doing things. Don't be a
Well,
nerd.
go
You're talking about watching TV. I was probably doing something.
Okay, well, look it. You're an adult. You have nothing better to do besides being a Canadian. Go watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't know if that checks out. I run a business, Lum.
Well, you can watch Buffy while you do your business stuff.
I would rather watch professional wrestling.
That's kind of gay. You can watch an attractive young blonde woman right there.
Yeah.
Instead, his choice is watching Men in a Cage. Yeah, Canada is a wrong fucking place.
Do you know who Liv Morgan is?
I know she's not Buffy.
Okay, let me just get you a picture here. Let me just get you a picture for live links so that you understand who you see when you tune into professional wrestling.
Oh, is it the goth chick?
No, you're thinking of Rhea Ripley, but man, you could tell she really permeated culture, the fact that you just immediately knew who that was.
Yes, she's hot, she's hot, and if she were to hit me, I would say, I'm sorry for bleeding on you.
Yeah, I've, every non-wrestling fan friend I have, when I bring up wrestling now, they're like, is that the goth one? And I say, no, that's Rhea Ripley. Here you go, there's a picture of Liv Morgan, who's the main person feuding with Rhea Ripley. She's the bad guy, Rhea Ripley's the good guy.
Yeah, infinitely inferior to Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, this is not even comparable.
I mean, if you want to make a ranking like that, then you're entitled to your opinion, but are you really going to call that gay?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Look at that man's mustache. He's putting on an act right now.
He is the bad guy, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a homosexual. She is his cover. Probably because she's gay, too.
Oh.
Yeah, all wrestlers are gay. Seriously.
Every single one.
All of them are gay and on drugs. Reject it. It's not a healthy thing.
What about how that guy's dad is one of the most famous luchadors ever? Is his dad gay?
Yes, he's a fucking luchador. Not only is he gay, he is homosexual.
So he had a kid as cover. He had two kids for
cover. It's not his kid.
To hide
obviously.
That he's gay.
It's a child he found on the border. Don't be so simple to
Obviously, it's Eddie Guerrero's kid and he was adopted. That was the storyline 20 years ago, so it is clearly the truth.
But are you saying
that Eddie Guerrero was gay?
Probably, yes.
Wow.
Was he a luchador?
Without a mask, but yes.
Then he was gay, yes.
Hold on, let me
She's
Like,
so
listen,
hot.
This is obviously a gay fetish. There's no disputing that.
Well, Tommy Dreamer did used to wear that shirt that said, "It's not gay, it's wrestling."
I have seen infinitely straighter covers for straight up gay porn, okay? Look at this.
Now, Arch,
If they were naked and wearing cowboy boots, that would still be straighter than this.
have you ever considered that if you're watching this form of theater that you've never actually seen before and you don't really know anything about, but you look at all these men and you immediately go, "That's super gay." Does that make you any different than the people who they see any platonic
You
male
ignorant
relationship
slut.
online? They're like, "I have to ship it. I have to ship it right now. This makes my dick hard."
Yes.
Yes, there's a difference.
Yes, that makes me different. Because I know I'm right.
Ah, through clairvoyance?
No, through a well-educated mind. I can distinguish what is gay. This is gay.
But you're not educated in professional wrestling.
Don't
This
need
is
to be. This is
vaudeville.
gay.
This is vaudeville. This is from carnivals in the 1800s.
Here, allow me to demonstrate.
I can speak
Sam and
Carney
Frodo.
to you if you would like to.
Not gay,
Oh, yeah.
fully clothed, going on a journey to Mordor to throw the Ring of Doom into the fiery pits of hell.
Okay.
2 naked dudes.
I mean,
Is
Gay.
MMA gay?
Gay.
don't forget
Is
Arch.
Boxing?
Don't forget Arch. According to modern day Lord of the Rings fans, which we all like to ignore, a lot of them like to think that Sam and Frodo are lovers.
That's
Don't
because they're
forget that.
modern fans.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There are weird people who do that.
They're trying to rewrite canon already. Again. Ugh. I fucking hate modern fandoms.
Are boxers gay because they're mostly naked when they fight?
Depends on the boxer.
How about MMA fighters? They're grappling a lot. Jiu-jitsu?
Depends on the fighter.
Judo?
See,
So
For
it
example-
depends on the fighter with them, but it doesn't depend on the fighter in wrestling, even
No.
though many wrestlers wear full pants or even a full bodysuit.
even a full bodysuit. The fact that you got to
Well,
point that out is proof enough. See, this
What
man
about the Undertaker, who wrestles in a
man
shirt and pants?
is not homosexual. This man is not homosexual. The proper British style
Service
boxing.
guarantees
These are
citizenship.
clearly men's men. You can
I
tell
can
that
point
because
to
he's
so
also
many
wearing
wrestlers.
a codpiece the size of his. See?
Okay, hold
That
on
is right.
here. That is Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
But wrestling, definitely gay. Even chat knows that much.
All right, what about AMMA?
I have lost.
Armored mixed martial arts.
Where they hit each other with
Oh.
swords?
Yeah,
That's
fully
just
armored and
cool.
everything.
Yeah, that's clearly not gay because they're not doing the weird things and the
Service
weird
guarantees
clothes.
Citizenship.
See, the presence of fetish gear is largely the deciding factor here.
Is okay, hold on. If you're going to consider all of professional wrestling ring attire as fetish gear without actually watching any wrestling, I see a problem here. What about the wrestlers who wrestle in shirts and jeans? What about
Fetish
Nick
gear.
Gage? Nick Gage?
Fetish gear.
Nick Gage.
It's all
Hold on.
part of the weird aesthetics they have got going on. That is the
Here
problem.
you go. Let me just live links right. Oh, I just saw Lumi's Rhea Ripley pictures and live links there.
Yes, she's hot.
Oh, absolutely. She's a very good wrestler too.
See, Sandoom brings up an interesting point. Andre the Giant, is he gay? Yes.
It was.
Because, I mean, look at him.
Respect the legends. You ever seen the picture of him holding a can of beer?
Yes.
It's gonna look pretty tiny, I'd imagine.
He can hide the entire thing within his fingers. It's nuts. Just how big Andre was. And back in the day when he was quite young, he was unbelievably agile. Drop kicks, could fly off the top rope. Unbelievable for a guy his size. Wrestling is gay because it's fake. Fake equals gay. I can't argue with that.
That also is true.
I mean, don't forget,
And as we all know, video
WWE
games are real.
No, WWE is basically soap operas for men.
Kind of. WWE more so than other professional wrestling. So here's the thing: is people conflate WWE with all of wrestling. That's one wrestling company. Wrestling's been around for over 100 years before WWE, and there's many other companies from all around the world with different house styles. You know, New Japan Pro Wrestling is nothing like WWE.
This is a lot of talk about gay shit, so I wish to restructure this conversation into a straighter direction.
Oh, I'm out of here in about 10 minutes, by the way.
Good, which is why you'll be just in time to get the highlight of today.
Sweet. I can't wait to go watch the gay rumble.
As there is a thing we need to have Lum Lum explain to all of us, as it's not something that normally would be considered healthy in any way, shape.
Oh my god. Is it the Love and Deep Space thing?
It is indeed. So
I don't understand it either, Arch.
Now,
that's loud music. There is a music.
I've never seen this man, but this man is gay.
A Chinese game where women like Lum Lum look at men hurting themselves, and they get really turned on by this weird shit for some reason. But, you know, it's homosexual. I can see what is homosexual, just like with the wrestling, and this is clearly that. So it's not for me, and I simply disengage. But they recently announced that the game will have a built-in period tracker. Your love interest will react to your period.
I have lost.
Lum Lum, why would you want your twinky Chinese boy toy to react to your period?
I don't know, Arch.
You must know.
You
must know. It's because your spirit animal Savvy reacted like this.
Of course, Savvy reacted.
You must know.
I don't get into gacha games because I don't like wasting my money, because that's what this is. It's a gacha game because women spend an assload amount of money to get like the good animations and stuff where it just looks like softcore porn on your phone. And like, I don't know, desperate women, thirsty women, Savvy. It's like people say, oh, I consume it because it's artistic and the character designs look nice. No, some women are just desperate. And the fact that some might be using it as motivation to keep track of their period, I don't know. I wouldn't give a Chinese spyware app. I'm sure it's Chinese spyware that just looks pretty. I would not put in my period to be like, oh, look it, this is when I usually ovulate. No.
The Chinese state would like to know when your period is.
Well, it is a Chinese game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then absolutely it's essentially spyware, because they have a law in China where if your company has more than 20 employees, then they have to have people from the CCP who work there, and if there's a data request, they have to send it over. As long as the company is big enough to exist outside of China, it's spyware.
Yes, but the question is, why is your period a sexual thing for you, Lum Lum?
It's not. It's something that I curse every month. Because as soon as I think, okay, it's done for the month, I get a 4-day break, it comes back, and it's like, nope, you get a bonus 6 days. And I'm like, but why? I don't want 2 periods in 1 month. Please stop.
Is it like, do you collect the blood and like paint people with it to mark them? Is that it?
No.
Gather it in a little cup, then you have a little brush.
No, I'm not one of
Man
those
is
weird
asleep,
chicks.
you just draw it on his face like, mine.
No, Arch, who the fuck have you been dating that uses those period cups? Do you have experience with this?
I did actually have one girl who thought it was sexy to do things during period, yes. She had a blood thing.
Okay, there's a difference between, like, regular blood and period blood. Period blood has, like, your uterine lining in it and everything. That's why we don't, like, die after we constantly bleed out. It's basically internal shedding.
Internal shedding. But you still haven't explained how Savvy finds this so sexually attractive.
I don't know, Arch. I don't play this game.
I wish the cat had voice acting right now. Look at it. Look at it.
Just the breathing. There was a good question in the chat. Someone said, "Why would the CCP what interest do they have in Western women's periods?" It's not that like they have someone there just reading all this info day and night, because they don't have an active interest in that. Oh. It's that they actively have an interest in wanting to be able to get any information at any time. It's so that if they do have an interest in it one day for whatever reason, they just want to know that they have that at their fingertips.
They got it. Like, Xiao Min is there, like, looking up at the status of Western women's bleeding period, like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, it's just, no one's reading it day to day. It's that if they were to find that information relevant, they want to know that they can put in an information request at whatever apps are tracking it, whatever games are tracking it in this case, so that they can get that information.
I like the idea that they're reading it every day, though. Like, I want there to be a guy by the name of Zhao Ming, whose only job it is to keep track of the menstrual cycles of women in the West. Like, every day he goes to work and looks at an Excel spreadsheet of this. Shavy, third and fourth, breeding.
Look, they do.
It's like, okay, I think things. I think they're trying to gather data on when specifically women spend the most money on this game. What if they're trying to line up like, okay, these women, whenever they're on their periods, spend more money on our game. So then they can strategically put out content updates.
That's true.
They would probably exploit that, yes. If they have data to show them that that when they're on their period, they're more likely or more susceptible to like hard marketing tactics, I could absolutely see them trying to pressure that.
Now that could be funny though. Lum Lum's bleeding and suddenly her browsers fill like, would you like some ice cream?
Well, it's like, it wouldn't necessarily be during the period though. It wouldn't be during the period, though, that they drop this. It's probably more close to, like, when ovulation would start, because that's when, hormones usually rise for women in the need to wanting to have things and stuff. So, like, yeah.
Oh, sell tampons. The Chinese guy just approaches you like, I know you're in pain right now. Here, have this. Hands you a
Love and Deep Space branded tampons. Oh, imagine. Those would sell like hotcakes.
You too can be penetrated by Zhao Ming.
The game literally opens Temu links for you.
Loping wants to be inside of you. The Loping. Very absorptive. Oh God, yes, Loping, drinking your period blood. That would be what it is. That's the Chinese tampons.
Stop, no. Shut the fuck up, Arch.
It has a little microphone inside of it so it can speak to you at the same time. Like, oh, dearishus.
No, Arch, stop it. It's terrible.
Just makes the Minecraft eating sound effect.
I am going to kill all of you. I swear to God.
All of the two of us. Oh, no.
Oh, nom 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 in Chinese.
I'll be right back. My tummy hurts.
Oh, I hope you feel better soon.
Zhao Ming will relieve you. Don't worry.
What the fuck up, Arch?
I should get running anyway. It's 5:30 now. Thank you so much for having me on. I am always happy to come on. Always a fun time. Thank you for talking, chat. I read your messages and they're funny, even if I don't always get to interject with your messages, because sometimes we're very busy talking about side subjects such as how gay wrestling is on the gayometer, and if Ethan Klein is currently dying of whatever diseases, and how dumb he is to believe whatever Hasan said to him for years that made him put up with that guy. Oh my God.
And how he has his penis flattened.
How he has his penis flattened. That was confirmed by Arch. He was there. He saw it through the window.
There was surprisingly little screaming, considering.
Yeah.
Must have been pretty used to it.
Yeah, no, I don't. He wasn't even paying attention. I think the nerve endings died a long time ago.
But thank you for hanging out and being here to bully Lum Lum and seeing her flee in terror as her tummy hurts.
Yes, thank you for having me on. I'm free like pretty much every Saturday now, so I can come on whenever, just whenever you want me. Whenever chat will put up with me.
Now go watch your oiled up men rubbing each other.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch all these oiled up men kissing each other in the ring tonight. Have a nice day, everybody.
We should voice acting the heavy breathing cat chat. I'm just saying. Look at it. It's clearly enjoying this quite a lot. Ah, poor little Lum Lum. All broken. Just because of a little bit of Chinese spyware. It surely is tragic. Now, I want to explore this video game more. Love and Deep Space mobile otome game. Can we find pictures? Are the pictures legal on YouTube? They are. Look, chat. Look. They have toys for you. Chat. How much money would you be willing to spend to make me, oh Jesus, play this? We could play this game, chat. Wait, is it available on PC? Only if it's available on PC, mind you. I should not be floating this idea. Now there you go. Wait. Oh, okay, thank God. For a moment there I thought they were cross-dressing and that was going to disturb me. No. This is how you create yourself so you can interact with your Chinese boy toys. Right, okay. That makes more sense. That makes far more sense. Apps on Google Play. I think Boog sent me a... Oh yeah, there we go. Gacha revenue. Right, let's have a look at how much Love in Deep Space earns. There we go. $55 million in September of 2024. $35 million in October. There's a lot of women out there, chat, who are very interested in Chinese twinks. Very interested. And you know what? That's fine. Not only is it fine, it's actually good, chat. That is a good thing. I want women to be able to goon their little brains out to Chinese twinks too if they wish to do so. That is a fine and fair thing for them to do. But it's still weird that it tracks their periods. And that's a lot of disposable income too. Jesus. What are the microtransactions in this game? I'm curious now. Boog, send me another link. Is that the one with the music? Oh, thank God it's turned off. Damn it! Stop playing music. Damn it! Innovative first-person view. Fish! There we go. There's the gun porn. Every woman ever. Every woman's fetishistic dream is basically being pinned down and having a gun pointed to their heads, or a sword, depending on their preferences. That is the immersive female dating sim. Now you too can experience what it would be like to be pinned down by Zhao Ming. I don't even... What is... I'm trying... Is there like... I want to see what the microtransactions are. I'm curious now. I want to know. What does a Twitter page look like? Oh, a little bit.
All right, I return, Arch. What are you looking for?
We're talking about buggery.
Okay. I was watching on my phone while I was fighting for my life. I can download the app so I can get you the exact microtransaction store if you want.
Oh, you would sacrifice yourself by downloading the Chinese dating app, would you, Lum Lum?
I know you won't, and you're just gonna keep whining about, but I want to see the numbers. Me.
Alternative motivation. But did you see the gun, Lum? It has scenes where you can be gun raped by your favorite Chinese boy toys.
Yes.
Is this appealing?
Yes.
Oh, good. But yeah, it earned a lot of money, $55 million, so there's clearly a market for this. Good for them.
I mean, have you seen Savvy streams playing this?
I have not. Savvy has streams playing this?
Yes.
Let's see. There we go. God, let me see, where is it? Madam Savvy playing Digimon or something weird. Dustborn.
I have lost.
You're lying to me, Lum. I can't see it.
Hold on. Oh no, she was just posting clips on her Twitter. I apologize, I did lie to you.
You have misled me for the last time.
Last time?
Yes.
You're acting like I mislead you often.
Well, you might also just, expire from your tummy aches. So, well,
yeah. I am not going to expire. I'm just going to be suffering all night.
Heavy breathing noises.
Ugh.
Although, you know what? I do have some sympathy, Lum. I, too, had the taco shits not that long ago. It's awful.
It's nothing related to tacos. I'm just sick.
Nothing is worse than having a proper tummy ache. It's awful. It's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. Tummy ache bad. I can't get enough of this picture. I kind of want it to be my new avatar.
Yeah.
Heavy breathing kitty.
Or just get ArchCat redrawn like that.
I sort of kind of already have an ArchCat that looks a little bit like that. Let's see. Right. There we go.
Fat.
And also, of course, the walrus.
Dear fuck.
It's because walruses are often described as sneaky and greedy. And I thought this representative, so there you go.
Greedy, yes. Sneaky, questionable. Depends on the day and your motivation.
See, I can be quite sneaky when I want to. I really should reach into my meme folder more often. There's some beautiful pictures in here. Happy kitty.
What, like pregnant Arch?
I don't think there is a pregnant Arch.
There is. There's a sticker in your server.
Well, I'll delete that immediately.
I have no power in your server.
And then I'll ban whoever made it. Then I'll invite them again and reban them again, just to make sure. Okay, let's bring up that one. That one's pretty. I can go through some of the super chats. I better see lots of well wishes to Lum in the super chats. Everyone who hasn't sent a super chat yet, wishing Lum well, needs to do so now or forever be a bad person. See, Reverend Nose does it. Hope you get well soon, Lum. Did you watch Armchair go through Giga's bot talk with Twitch? Do you think Arch and Armchair would be a fun combo?
I did watch Armchair's 15-hour stream on talking about it. Can't believe that man went on for 15 hours. And I did bring up the idea of bringing Armchair onto the ArchCast because I think him and Arch would be able to talk endlessly about the importance of gatekeeping and keeping people who have ulterior motives to change things out. I think they would get along really well, honestly. They are both very well-spoken, I guess, in terms of Arch. He can be well-spoken when he wants to be. I honestly think they would be a very interesting dynamic duo when it comes to slapping people around for being retards.
I don't know this person, but maybe. You should get him on. Also, apropos of absolutely nothing, Boog sends me a small video of a man who watches a toilet that has been completely shit destroyed, and there are prints of him.
What the fuck?
Just leaving
You ignorant
poop
slut.
prints out through the stalls of the local arcade, I guess. You're welcome for that, chat. I had to see it. You had to see it. A Dragon Master, Chinese General. We fight elite American all-female units. Do not fear men. We have their period data. That would be valuable, yes. Never trust something that bleeds for a week without dying. And Furikazan also. Look at that. Get well soon, Lum Lum. See, Lum Lum, they love you. They want you to not die.
I'm trying not to die, but my body really wants me to. It's
They
like part of
desire
me was
continued
like,
existence.
part of me was just like, I feel like complete shit. Maybe I should skip the ArchCast today, but then I was like, no, I need to join the ArchCast today because otherwise people might be upset.
Death is not an excuse.
Death is not an excuse.
Correct.
Service
It may be a
guaranteed
reason, but
citizenship.
not an excuse.
Fair.
Bogoslava, my Norse guild for no leaf. Please don't dev raid our lands. Who knows? The time may be coming sooner than you think. Cuba992, thank God the good Canadians here. My dry bread. Dry bread. I don't know why he's so resistant to that name. And he keeps arguing that madry is apparently a normal sound to make. I don't think so. American Architect too. Don't die, Lum Lum. Someone will be sad somewhere. That's true.
I know, I don't want to die, and plus I have another stream to go to later tonight.
Heresy's the question.
Oh God,
Fire
another
is the
stream,
answer.
Lum Lum. Like this. How will you survive?
Well, there's gonna be more than just like 2 people because I'm going on Hypnotic's channel for Saturday Night Hypnosis, so there's gonna be at least like 4 other people there.
I have lost.
What?
Shit.
I was just thinking we should try to work in some sort of narrative.
No. Stop. Let me be happy somewhere for once before you ruin it.
I can get a hold of Hypnotic via the Flashcast room I'm in.
Or how about you shut the fuck up, Arch?
But I could send him pictures of feet. Hello there, I heard you were taking good care of my co-host Lum Lum tonight. I appreciate that. Here are some of her proclivities and favorite things to do.
You're an evil, evil man when you choose to be, Arch.
Heresy's the
Chat.
question. Fire
We could
is
send
the
her the
answer.
one where she looks at the paw pick and goes, nice.
No, stop.
I like the idea. Marksman! Hey Arch, starting at the beginning of stream, when it comes to animation for the West, my picks are Treasure Planet, El Dorado, Atlantis, and Titan After Earth. Yes. And El Dorado, too, was fucking brilliant. It really was.
Don't forget everyone's favorite Bible story movie, The Prince of Egypt.
Prince of fucking Egypt, yes.
I have lost.
The Prince of Egypt. So, my class was taken to watch this movie in the cinema when it first came out. And I remember all of us were really just downtrodden, like, ugh. We're gonna go watch a fucking stupid Christian movie. It's gonna be fucking boring. But, you know, it was a day out of the classroom, so we weren't too upset. But then the movie starts, and it's so fucking good. Like, this is how you make Christianity appealing, truly appealing, with a great story, great animations, great cast. This is how you make good propaganda right here. And
Fire is the
delicious
answer.
brown chick, too. Prince of Egypt is so good.
It is very good. The animation, music, voice acting, like you said, is all just top tier.
The songs.
And it's like, it's a movie that, like, it's one of those rare movies that everyone loves, whether they're religious or not, whether they're Christian or not.
Oh yeah, there's no way anybody dislikes the Prince of Egypt.
It's like everyone loves the song with the plagues coming through.
Oh yeah.
Fucking great.
And the imagery of it too. And the thing is, they don't pull the punches with that one. Yes, God really was a big enough fuckwad to kill every firstborn child in Egypt. Like, Jesus, that is... Because it presents God in the Old Testament way as a cruel motherfucker when he wants to be. And yet also, the interesting part is the morality of it and the limitations that God places upon himself in this respect. He does, because he's fucking God. Okay, why doesn't he simply reach down and bury into the prince's head, into the pharaoh's head, and go like, no, you're gonna let them go? He doesn't do that. Because there's a line he doesn't cross. You have free will, and you will have that free will, regardless. However, if pressed hard enough, God will do other things without interfering with your free will. I always thought that was a really chilling thing.
Yeah, it's like he had a lot of chances to, let the slaves go. It's like between Moses presenting his cane turning into a snake in front of him, and then the Pharaoh's just like, oh, Hotep and Hoi can do the exact same thing, but they're just charlatans. Then there's turning the river into a river of blood, which is like, oh, but this is just illusion. This is just magic. That's not the power of God. And then there was the plagues. And then there was taking the life of every firstborn child in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
It was haunting, especially seeing it as a kid.
Heresy's the question.
It's like
too. Fire is the answer.
It's like I was very familiar with Bible stories. I was raised Baptist. I had to memorize Bible verses because I was raised in the church. But just seeing it animated was just like horrifying to little me.
Yep. And then too, the eccentric Ripper in chat, he specifically hardens Pharaoh's heart. There is no free will there. No. You misunderstand. When they say that he hardened the Pharaoh's heart, that is not God reaching in and going like, no, don't let my people go. He hardens his heart as in his actions have hardened the Pharaoh's heart. The Pharaoh is recalcitrant. He doesn't want to do as he is ordered to do, and pushing him further makes him more recalcitrant. He's set opposed an authority figure that he cannot understand and cannot compete with, who is demanding a thing of him, and he is resisting. That is a human thing, not God doing it to him. At least that was my view, and I think it's a pretty good view too. It's the best view, actually.
Yeah, but also, like, don't forget, the Pharaoh was raised with believing all of these other gods who do these very specific things. Because it seems like a lot of people are more willing to accept that there's multiple deities for specific things instead of just one all-powerful god. I don't know.
Well, exactly, Eccentric Ripper. Just because he doesn't do it with magic, well, that's the dividing line. God will use his powers to force the Pharaoh to acquiesce, but he will not simply change the Pharaoh's mind, because he could. He's fucking God. If he can call down a plague of locusts or kill every child in Egypt with the snap of his fucking fingers, of course he could change his mind, but that is the sacred line. The human mind is sacred, and God will not interfere. He will, however, have his will be done. There's the difference. I thought it was really cool.
And also, it's like, with the Prince of Egypt specifically, it's framed with Hotep and Hoi. It shows us that they are faking it.
Yes.
But the Pharaoh fully believes that they hold the power of the Egyptian gods in their hands. So he still fully believes in his own deities. I don't know. This is like a whole religious talk that we could probably have on another stream, and it could take a while as well.
Yep, I thought Prince of Egypt was a very, very good movie.
Yes. I also think VeggieTales also did a fairly good job teaching small children how Christianity worked.
But it must also be said that even though Prince of Egypt was a very, very good movie, it did have one serious shortcoming that will never be readdressed properly in this day and age, I'm afraid. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? I had it.
Arch's thought is flying away.
Ah. There we go. It didn't have Goth Cell.
God damn it.
I'm so upset Eldorado 2 was never made. I'm so upset by that.
I mean, the concept art is still out there.
Yeah, there was a plan for Eldorado 2. There was actually a continuation intended for the story, and it was never made. Upsets me. Upsets me tremendously. And these days, we just don't nothing compared to this. Angry. Sad. Although, this does kind of lead me somewhat, kind of neatly, back to the previous topic, which was indeed period blood related, but we can take it one step further, Luma.
God damn it.
There's been a lot of talk about Chinese games recently. And one of the interesting things, there was an article here. If you worked on a Chinese game, you'll know production skills on a whole other level. Japanese devs discuss growing quality of Chinese games. So, there's a discussion that the Chinese are basically starting to ramp up their game production, like a lot. They're founding studios, they're funding them, they're building them out, and unlike the West, they're not as stuck as we are with Unreal Tournament technology being the only thing they do. Instead, they're actually trying to do some innovation, create something. And they are squarely targeting the male demographic in the most obvious form. Like, if this was 20, 30 years ago, we would look at this and we would just, like, scoff at it, raise our nose, like, oh, it's obvious pandering, who cares? But today, after being in the desert for 2 decades, everyone's kind of thirsty. What can I say?
Yeah, it's like, because of the leftover taking games, they're trying to sanitize a lot. Or, like, hell, it's a mix of sanitizing games, but also trying to make very ugly things attractive, like sexually attractive by like every wrong way possible. It's like, oh, look at this fat tub of lard. Isn't it attractive in this light? It's like, no, it's not. I like this Asian chick over here.
Let's see if I can.
Nice. Titties.
What was the original article?
Last of Us sex scene was traumatizing. Well, hey, look it. I have never played a single Last of Us game, so I haven't seen it, and I refuse to look.
There we go. All right, so this happened years ago, of course, in 2021, but rather infamously, in the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, they edited out the butt shots. Something as so petty and minor, they have started removing the shots of Miranda's ass. Meanwhile, again, China is right there going like, yeah, no, we're gonna have the Dragon Girl bend over so you can have a good look at her bum. Like, yep. This is the problem. This is the problem right there. And now with China also understanding this and beginning to ramp up production of games, the West needs to take notice now. rather than later. Like, it might already, unironically, be too late at this point for them to pay attention to this. Because gaming isn't going to be able to turn around and react to this quickly enough, but there is a genuine danger of the West losing its cultural dominance simply because it refuses to give people tits and ass. The West is currently cooked, only in half a year.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not hard to make people happy, but how gaming journalists and a bunch of modern developers for the West are trying to make it seem like it's sick me, say this correctly, Herculean task. Yeah, there we go.
Yep, and the chat also is correct there. What was it? Where was it? God damn it, where did it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. Ashley Garrett. When you can force people to work as slaves on video games for 20 hours a day, you would be surprised what they can do. Exactly. That's the thing. China doesn't have our rules either. That is exactly the thing. The Chinese economy can throw itself around and start doing this way quicker. They're not going to take 5 years to produce a game. They're not going to be like BioWare, who's going to spend the next decade, half a decade, working on the next Mass Effect game. Instead, China is going to produce 500 RPGs with hot dragon waifus, all produced under abhorrent sweatshop fucking conditions by Xi Jinping's chained to fucking chairs and hammering away at coding keyboards until their fingers bleed, but it will have the desired effect. Now, they do still have a gap to close in quality of game, though. That is important to point out, because simply having a hot chick in game will only be appealing for so long. It's a very lazy thing to do. It's like, oh, we have attractive women. Okay, well, everyone can technically make attractive women. That in and of itself is not the biggest of sale points. They are going to need to also alloy this with good gameplay, which is going to take them a little while because their gaming industry is very, very new. Like, even Black Myth Wukong, who received a lot of praise, is a competent but unexceptional Dark Souls game. So they need to innovate a lot more in that area before they can really start cornering the entire market. But the warning sounds are already out there, and the West needs to take it very, very seriously. Soon. Very soon. Like Black and Sparks there says, the Chinese are good at making very good-looking games that are absolutely boring as hell to play. Yes, precisely. That is what they need to fix. Although, Marvel Rivals has at least in part fixed that too. Let me see, let me check SteamDB. What are Marvel Rivals concurrents right now? They're fucking amazing is what they are. 356,000 people playing right now with a 24-hour peak of 410,000. Yeah. If China just manages to do this continuously, we're gonna be in deep shit.
Yep. It's... I don't know. Unfortunately, the West is going to be losing the gaming market out of their hands at least for another couple years until they can get their shit back in gear.
Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be easy for them. They're gonna struggle with it, but it needs to happen. It needs to happen now.
It's like they need to stop training people on just Unreal fucking Engine.
I have lost. Shit.
Yes. The Unreal Engine is a crutch, and a crippling crutch.
Oh, let's see what engine is. Okay.
Fire is the answer.
So it's like everyone's favorite controversial game right now, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Does not use Unreal Engine 5. It uses the Cry engine. So it's like I could expect very little jank when it comes to games that are like made on Unreal Engine 5, because you can expect, like, okay, this, and this is going to happen because it's on Unreal Engine 5. And from what I've seen of the no spoiler, like, tech review for the game, there's very little to no game-breaking bugs in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 right now.
Which is nice. The
Yes,
Kai
it is
engine is
very
the
nice.
other big alternative. And the reason why this is happening, by the way, is because of something very smart that, what was their name? Epic? No. What the fuck's the company that owns Unreal again?
Epic.
It was Epic.
Yes.
Then why did you tell me I was wrong the first time, Lum Lum, in my head?
Because I was sneezing. I didn't think you'd want to hear a loud, sick Lum Lum sneeze right in your ears.
I don't know. It might be adorable. Who knows? Maybe the chat will like it.
I have lost.
Can you sneeze cutely?
And not when I'm sick.
God damn it. But what they did is they got into schools. They got into the schools by going, hey, I hear you're educating game developers. I'll give you like a free license for Unreal Engine for teaching purposes, or like heavily discounted. And the schools, of course, were like, oh, fantastic, that's incredible, we'll go with that. And so everyone, now that comes out of school, is trained on the Unreal Engine. That's all they know. They've never been taught how to work in other engines, and they've never been taught the necessary skills to learn how to work in other engines. Everything they know is that. And so if you purchase a brand new spanking employee and you place him in front of the computer and go, okay, start making video games, and it's not the Unreal Engine, you're basically going to have to educate that motherfucker from the beginning again. All of his schooling was worthless. A lot of companies don't want to do that. And so they just get Unreal.
Oh, I refreshed Twitter. Apparently, Hasan is talking about Ethan's video.
Oh my.
But he also said that he's not going to watch the video.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Yeah, if I was him, I wouldn't watch the video either, because he doesn't have much in the way of a defense, so simply ignoring is the best solution.
Okay, this is fucking funny. I've never seen this image before. Hold on. Here you go. It's called the Hasan system.
Let's see. Joe Cat? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, Joe Cat is being an annoying little bitch again.
Oh, yes, he's a terrible human being. I don't like him. Actually, that's a bit strident of a condemnation for somebody who I only know as that gay guy on the internet. Never mind, I disapprove of his existence. That's better. The Hasan system, approved method for handling criticism. Hide. Ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. Yes. Alter. Drastically misrepresent the opposing view. Yes. Strawman. Avoid a name call. Yep. All of that works excellently. Don't address the video, because if you do, you'll have to show your audience the opposition's points. Then say they said something that they didn't do to make yourself look good. Then destroy their strawman arguments to make yourself look clever. And never talk about it again. Yeah, absolutely. It's an excellent strategy, and it will work. Also, I thought this was funny too. We need to work on the deportation bill, everybody. There needs to be changes made. I'm sorry, we can't deport all of the Mexicans. There has to be changes.
Nope, deport all of them.
No, I agree with Trump. 9s and above are not illegal. Hell, I'll lower it. 7s. 7s and above are not illegal.
Don't forget, the majority of attractive, Hispanic women or Latin women overall, as soon as they hit the age of 40, somehow in some way they gain about 60 pounds and turn into balls.
Ah, it's the miracle of menopause, Lum Lum.
Yes.
See, the female human body was only designed by God to be alive for like 30 years. And then it was God's will that they should just spontaneously combust. Thus he invented menopause. You may curse God for this.
I curse God and Mother Nature for having me fucking have 2 periods in 1 month every so often. I hate it. It's like I think that's one of the main reasons why I don't like being Mexican sometimes, is because no, overly fertile, so I get 2 periods for the price of fucking 1.
Lum Lum beer leads twice as much.
I do, and I hate it.
Also,
Gross Lum Lum TMI. Too bad. Suffer, you missed the menstrual cup talk earlier.
yeah, menstrual talk. Lum Lum talked about how she'd take a little bit of a menstrual blood, store it, and then dip a brush in it and paint Moose Man with it to claim territory.
No! Stop adding narratives!
Like on the back of his knees so he can't notice and not wash it off by accident.
Lum Lum needs to produce 10 more children. If I could afford more children, I would love to have more children right now. But I can't afford any more. I gotta wait.
And you have to wait until teachers like these are moved out of public education as well.
It's funny that the teachers don't realize that they can be charged with a federal crime if they do that.
I have lost.
And what I adore is that you now have teachers who have been like, no, we can't protect ourselves. We can't do all of these safety things against school shooters. Are now suddenly like, yeah, no, I'm going to block out ICE. I'm sure that locking device will stop, 15 grown men with battering rams.
Well, also don't forget, when it comes to schools specifically, they're not going to be raiding schools like they would like a warehouse full of adult Mexican men. No, what they would do is they would do the exact same thing like if a parent would come and pick them up for a doctor's appointment. They would call the child down to the office, say that their parent is here, and then you would just never see the child again.
You will never see Lum Lum. This does not sound as good as you think it's. ICE will call your child to the office. You will never see your child again.
Yes.
Lum Lum, they don't eat them. Lum Lum.
No.
Lum Lum.
No, what I'm saying is that the teachers would not even know that the child was taken by ICE because they would just be called down to the office. They would not be storming each individual classroom.
I don't know. I remember as a child, I would have thought that was pretty funny.
I mean, everyone expected, like, when the drug dogs came into the school that it was just going to be a huge dramatic thing. It never was.
The drug dogs in school?
Yeah, they did it, like, once a year.
American schools are very different from Norwegian ones.
One year they did find something in someone's locker. They had, like, all of us gather into the auditorium. It had the drug dogs just, like, go through the school. It was funny. And then that's when the known drug dealer high schoolers would, like, rat on each other. It was great.
And I agree, chat. We should deport people like this, too. Deportation should become a more general issue punishment. You can't send me to another country. I'm American. Was. Because it'd be funny. Distorted noise. I got arrested in middle school because I forgot to take bullets out of my pocket. That is a dumb thing to forget. Yes, you shouldn't do that. Schools are touchy with that.
That's funny. It's like, there's some schools in, like, some larger cities that actually have metal detectors and shit now.
Has had for a while, I think. See, you Americans just need to calm the fuck down. You don't need to shoot each other all the time. It's okay. The Civil War is over.
I have lost.
The good guys lost. Get over it. I need to do a series on the Civil War in America at some point. Explain why the South did nothing wrong. Well, except for the slavery thing, I guess. And occasional war crime. And fucking up the war. And being overly defensive. And the fact that Robert E. Lee was nowhere near as good a general as everybody gives him credit for. And that Grant was actually the best general of the war.
I have a feeling this is going to lead up to you saying, Lum, start gathering historical facts and articles for me.
I don't know if I trust you with that.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have a simple question here. Lum, I will hire you on the spot if you can tell me what the S in Ulysses S. Grant stood for.
Wait, his first name was Ulysses?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
How could you not know that? He was named after a famous Greek hero because his dad was like, that sounds good. His full name was Hiram Ulysses.
I didn't even...
You ignorant slut.
I don't know. What? Hold on. I'm trying to think of who he is. I'm trying to remember his appearance. What? Wasn't his likeness used for Uncle Sam or something?
Possibly.
Maybe it's that. I don't know.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Sam?
Yes, Sam. I'm too sick to think. Why do you have to question me on things when I'm sick? I can hardly... Am I hungry right now? Did I eat? No, I haven't eaten yet.
You are hungry right now. We shall... Yeah, we're just going to do like the 2-hour stream today. We shall excuse Lum to go eat and rest up for her next podcast experience instead.
You ignorant slut.
Oh, and Lum, the reason why I brought that up because it was a trick question. The S, it means nothing.
It means nothing.
Nope. You know how he got the name Ulysses S. Grant?
What?
During his stay at West Point, the military school, somebody mistook him for his brother and printed Ulysses S. Grant on his belongings. Ever since, he was known in the U.S. Army as Ulysses S. Grant. And on his deathbed, he asked one of his biographers if he could please tell him what the fuck the S stood for.
That's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny. But Lum should go get something to eat and rest up. Lum needs to be on another stream. What was it, like 4 hours?
Something like that.
Lum should take a nap after eating something.
Yeah, I need to make food for the kiddo as well. She got me sick. She gave me her RSV.
Well, you're gonna have to starve the child as punishment. I'm sorry. It's just how it's gonna have to be.
No, she has to eat because she's hardly gaining weight anyway. Even when she does eat like a ton of food, she doesn't gain any weight. She's just at She's been at 70 pounds for months.
The answer are potatoes, Lum.
Potatoes.
Yep. Feed her potatoes.
That's one of the few things that she can actually eat because she has celiac disease.
Feed potatoes. Potatoes solve all problems.
I will give the medicinal potato.
There you go. Oh, you can take potato,
I have
dice
lost.
up the potato, and fry it in a frying pan with eggs.
That does sound really good.
It is. That's excellent. Potatoes and eggs is a devilishly undervalued food dish. It's great.
I mean, I like eating potatoes. They're very, very good. Also, hello, Discordia.
Disco.
Arch's potato. Yes, Arch's potato.
Look at that shot. Diced fried potato with egg. Oh, so good. We should eat more eggs. We should eat Many eggs. It's a lie, you know, that the cholesterol will, like, get into your bloodstream. No, eggs are actually great. They do not lower. Increase your cholesterol, like people say. It is a filthy, dirty lie. Eat more eggs.
Alright, I'm gonna go fuck off right now, make some food. Have fun reading the rest of your super chats.
You do that, Lum Lum, and get better. Do not die on me. I forbid it.
If I die, who else is gonna be voicing visual novels with you?
That is true. No one will.
No one will. Alright, bye chat. I'll see you guys later over on Hypnotic Stream. Bye Arch, I'll talk to you later.
See ya, Lum Lum. The poor dying thing. But don't worry, chat. The potato will fix it. Potatoes fix everything. Zonta, Arch, how dare you trick me into falling for a successful woman? I thought Rima was a failure. Like Lum Lum, how am I supposed to rizz up success? Well, you don't know that she is successful. Oh. Audio setup. There we go. You don't know that Rima is successful. She could be putting on an act. Dorman, Lum Lum sounds like a boy. She does. I told you that. And never use the word Riz. Also, as a side note, do not use the word Riz in my presence ever again. I hate that word. It's such a terrible... The worst part is, it's a shortening of the word charisma. Why would you shorten the word charisma? Why? It has... I tried to fight down a hiccup. It has gravitas. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's just like... put user in timeout. Put user in timeout. Put user in timeout. Put user in timeout. Put all of the users in timeout. God, I can't get all of them. This is why I need more moderators. The word charisma has weight to it. It sounds good. It's an excellent word. You know, charisma's a fantastic word. Replacing that with Riz is a fucking crime. And should be severely punished, as I am doing right now. Darnago, head pats for Arch the cat. Should use this more. I don't know. It's a bit weird to me. If anything, we should use this more. That's a good one. I like that one. Not banned account, sir. Would you like to talk about the greater good? No. So, Lich, good evening to Femboy Fish. Ha, mein Talkens Brut, my trotting brother, and Pony Porking Cat. Call Dudes 4208. Canadian government right now. Let's start a trade war with the US. We will win. I don't know if they will. I'm not sure. Aaron Gray becomes a member. Thank you, sir. And Silencio Steve becomes a member again, says Blip. Nolly pointlessly apologizes for a statement that I took no offense at. You're a good guy, Nolly. You're a fine lad. You're a fine lad, but please do apologize more often. It's very profitable. Slocks and Doppelganger, stop bullying sick fish. No. It was funny, chat. She broke several times today. We literally made Lum Lum's tum-tum hurt. That's... Lum Lum's tum-tum hurt from all of the bullying. Hold on. I need to put more users in timeout. There we go. Somebody said Rizdy toilet. We're definitely timing you out. There. Vulture 1066. Lum Lum Feet Goblin as Avatar. And Archie's not Noshk. Feet Goblin Avatar. Nightmare. Sick Lum Lum doesn't sound Californian. She does not. That's an improvement. While you're hating Arch, your thumbnail on the BioWare news was hilarious. Wishing the fish a speedy recovery. Resist Nergal. We shall see. She has good chance of surviving. MJ Ball 515. This is what a ball peen hammer means, Arch. Yes, ball peen, as in penis, as in peen flattening, as in peen squashing, hammering the peen. Eric Just, we all know Lum Lum is secretly Shodan in disguise. She may be. Marcosia Lecter, first super chat, been a fan longer than my kids have been alive. Arch and Company, have you all heard of Endless Taverns? They make AI generated music and have a massive collection of 40k themed songs. I have not heard of them. Well, check them out afterwards. And thank you for your first super chat, English. For your first super chat. This has been one of those days where I've just been failing near consistently at being adequately eloquent. And on that note, it's because I haven't had enough pastries. I am going to go get a pastry out of the fridge right now because, well, I don't have anybody else to talk, so you're just going to have to sit there in companionable silence for a short time. By the by, companionable is another word we really should use more often. It's a good word. It means something specific. It's descriptive, it's authoritative, it's high English, you know? We should use more like that. So Lintel Steve still only counts as one. It does. Boog, breed. Bread, I'm really sorry for you being Canadian. Ah, bread, not breed. Sujard, I'm still awaiting that self-delete bomb rat brick. Yes, it's too spicy. But, incidentally, on that note, I have a rat brick that is missing an owner, and I'm sure I have their message somewhere, but aforementioned message has long since been lost to the tides of time. Let's see, where is it? I have a Roman... There it is. There's the Roman rat brick. Let's save you to the appropriate folder. There, somebody needs to claim this beautiful little thing. Somebody owns it. I know this for absolute certain. Somebody owns this rat brick, and I need to know who. To be fair, it took my artist forever to get done this one because he was distracted, and we need it. We need to have it distributed. Apollyon Kurs for 20. Glory to the god of bridges and potatoes. Also, Arch, from the pony stream, my co-worker was pissed you passed on Twilight Sparkle. Listen, Twilight Sparkle is adorbs. She's absolutely adorbs, but she comes across as a 14-year-old sister character, okay? And I can't. Same reason why I cannot pass or smash Derpy. I must morally object. My ear trumpet has been struck by lightning. Gifts one ArchCast membership. Thank you very much, sir. Big Amish, Arch, do you have a source for the Weimar duck anecdote? I believe you, but my Google foo's failing me. I want to be able to show others the insanity. I cannot remember the name of the book. There was a... I need to go find it. It came from a book, I don't know that much, but I can't remember the name of it. It talked primarily about the economy of Weimar Germany, but there was a sub-part of it that talked about the degeneracy part. Dave Lister becomes a member. Thank you very much, sir. Eric Just, are there female Catans, and can you boink them? I think there are. I feel like I can remember a female Catan now. And you can't boink them because they're star vampires. They're mostly just gaseous vapor. There's nothing to boink there.
You ignorant
Tick, tick,
slut.
boom. Don't blame Unreal. Blame lazy game devs. Yes, but Unreal creates lazy game devs, and thus I must blame it. Sujad, fishnets or stockings? Star Sector. Fishnets for goths. Stockings are great for everybody else, but the fishnets are a more stylistic choice, and are therefore very important. Danny Yannard, I love that I caused the tangent. See Kyle. Kyle? Kyle? See Kyle? 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 I don't know what this is now. Tick Tick Boom, it's been for 9 months, thank you. We went from Batman, the animated series, to CalArts. We have to go back before we can even think of going forwards. Yes, we need to rediscover the old glory first. Alex Adamson, speaking of things made by independent artists, look at your damn DMs art. I know you've spoken to me before, check out what I've sent to you. Also Triss. No. Boog, look up the 9 old men of Disney, specifically Mitt Karl, the greatest animator of all time. Also, Otaku made an Aliens short too. Yeah, Disney choked out a lot of the real talented individuals because they wanted to transition over to Pixar. Pixar, in many cases, are responsible for the death of the old school beautiful 2D animation, because it was assumed that Pixar would be cheaper to produce. That was the assumption. It hasn't really borne out, mind you. These days, Pixar animated movies are pretty much just as expensive as the 2D animated stuff, but back then, one of the core assumptions under the push towards getting more 3D animated stuff was the idea that it would be cheaper, quicker, and easier to produce en masse. That was the idea. However, the tools to do so never really manifested. Basically, they looked at all the things they had, and like, look how easy I can make this, look how quick I can make this compared to 2D animation, and it's only going to get quicker and easier, is what they said. Didn't actually really happen. Since all of the animations still need to be very carefully and meticulously crafted. Getting that Pixar feel to animations is actually really, really hard. It's not easy. At some point, I should do a thing on actual animation. Oh, that is horrifically racist, and I need to bring that up on screen just for a little bit, as this is what I got when I googled Pixar. Right, okay, that's enough. We can't tempt the YouTube gods too much. Oh, Jesus. Well, it was fun to have a channel once it lasted, I guess. Alright, what is it? Oh, there we go.
Ignorant slut.
Shut up, Lum Lum. Right, here we are. So, this book, even if you have no interest in animation, unoriginally, everybody should buy or download, to be fair, it's available in many places now, this book, The Animator's Survival Kit. This is such a brilliant fucking book. It will transform how you think of animation completely and fundamentally. Because it shows that simply just taking a model and moving the model does not create an animation. If you simply have a 3D model and you have his leg go forward, that is not actually walking. That does not create a walking animation loop as you think it might. That was the idea that everyone was building. Oh, it'll be so easy. We can automate walking. We can automate moving. All of this. Oh, it'll take seconds to make an animation. No. All of the animation lessons that the original 2D animators learned on how to make things move needed to be relearned by the 3D animators. See if I can find an example from it. I've got this book behind me. Ah, here we go. Right. On the walking thing. Even if you're just walking, to make walking look correct, you need several little movements. You need to move the head, for example. You need to move the feet. You need to bend the feet to convey the idea of movement. And if you wish to convey a more specific form of movement, say, for example, a very masculine run, for example, you gotta bend the arms. You've got to add in an element of fight to it. He lifts his leg a lot, like he's putting a lot of weight into each step, etc., right? If you're going to do a surprised expression, like on this dog here, again, you've got to animate the various parts of the dog. You can't simply just take the 3D dog's head and turn its head. If you want it to look good, you need to do all kinds of small adjustments in between to convey motion, to convey surprise, to convey fluidity. The lie of 3D animation was that all of this could be done in a button click. And it can't. So 2D animation died for absolutely fucking nothing, as now we are redoing 2D animation, but in 3D, basically. Daklushk, Princess Kidakagash? Better than Shell? You know, it's too much. Well, who's Kidakagash? Is that the... Yes, it is. It's the girl from Atlantis. I thought I knew. Honestly, I gotta disagree with you. I would rather Shell than Kidagadash. I can't remember how you pronounce her name now. Now, don't get me wrong, she's amazing. And basically, all 2D cartoons were basically just isekais. But Shell is even better, okay? Shell has got that certain something extra. Definitely. Definitely Shell. Definitely Shell. Sentinel Rex. Disney sabotaged Treasure Planet and Atlantis because they wanted to kill their hand-drawn animation studio and favor Pixar. Exactly, yes, that was exactly what we just talked about. They even made their own movies compete with each other to kill animations. Yes, Disney did everything in their power to kill these movies because they wanted to favor Pixar, because they thought that was where the money lied, and that is where the future lay. It turns out, doesn't. Future, if anything, honestly, these days, it's probably going to be more 2D than 3D. Wolfsbane, TIE Fighter guy also made a Doctor Who animation. Oh, did he now? Another Texan Bull, Ginger, with the letters shuffled around makes... Oh my. So that's why they're being replaced. It's because the new writers are dyslexic. Nightmare. Ethan and Hasan deserve each other, and they also deserve a visit from Sam Hyde. Can't agree much more than that. Eamon Pax, how about Arch X Lum Lum instead? Spicy. No. Forbidden. Forbidden, chat. Lumi loves feet. She does. Hi, sick fish. Get well soon. Hail Arch. Greetings, bread. Arch FMK Lily Phillips. Fuck MK. Feshma. Pause one of her challengers. Dank Demos Derpy. MLP. Lumicast. Dank Demos Derpy. Lumicast. I can't actually parse this. Sinto, small contribution for a great stream. 5 years. That's not small. Listen, okay. Any amount of donation is appreciated. I know I joke with you guys about this, but I appreciate every donation. Which is why, even when sometimes we're doing bidding wars, and they're huge bidding wars. Like the Trish and Yennefer one currently ongoing, like $400 a pop. But even when, I think in the Witcher chat, another guy, what's his name? Fenrir? Donated €2 to save both the daughter and the Baron in the questline. €2 is a valuable donation. It is a appreciated donation. And therefore, I shall do as he asks. Because anyone's hard-earned money should be respected. Even if I'm still going to bully you and call you an insect for it. Because that's how I do. I'm the tsundere type, chat, and you love me for it. You know it. Mr. Personality, it's dry bread. That's better than moist bread, definitely. I fucking hate the word moist. Like, moist gives images of, like, rot. Of wet moss and decay. Oh, that one. Exactly that one. This is what moist brings to mind. That is what moist brings to mind. This is what moist brings to mind. It's a fucking terrible word. I hate it with every iota of my being. It's ugh. Now, granted, it's not as bad as some Norwegian words. For example, the Norwegian word for nipple is chest warts. Brystvorte. It's just a terrible word. It's a disgusting word. It's a repulsive word. And we really should change it, but here, have some more goth shell instead. It's much better. Marksman on Streamlabs. How is Lum Lum dealing with New Game Plus, also known as Revenge of the Womb? It is your punishment for being a woman. You have no one to blame but yourself, and those witches Arch hired to curse you. They too. You can blame them as well, but they just curse you more, so I don't see any reason why you would do so. Zero Firewater. Lum Lum, I hope you get over your period cramps or sickness. I had no idea, I just got here, but I hope you recover in time for the Barotrauma boyfriend stream. And Pakelda, sick, deep voice Lum, what is the primary projectile? Fireland 551 Sheridan tank. Also get well soon. ATGMs, actually. Or is that the primary, or would that be the HE? No, probably the ATGM. The Shellax? The Shellax? I think that. And Austin on Streamlabs again. If you want to lesson on how bad you time is use birth control came from a family 3 women in this house. It works, see if that helps you. I don't even know what that meant. But it definitely meant something. Nightmare, I finally saw your porn video, Arch. Thank you for being based. You're welcome? I have a porn video? I'm reasonably sure there's no erotica of me on the internet. Relatively certain. Well, there's drawn erotica of me on the internet, I know that, because Kibbs literally commissioned it, but Arch porn is pretty rare. It's difficult to find. It's buried pretty deep. Mechanics on duty, seriously, thanks for drawing Silk Arch, but why feet? Okay, listen. I wanted her drawn in that, like cabaret seductive style. Why they didn't put shoes on her, I don't know. But it looks classy, so I didn't object. John McCalla, why does chat keep trying to get Lum Lum to sit on Arch's face? I don't know either, are they? When he doesn't like her taco because they make him sick. That's a good question. Why would you do that? Solon Lich. Worst buyer's remorse. Toasted bread dev. Actual commie doughboy. Best buyer's remorse. Occasional taco fish feet and goth shell pics. Shell is like second best woman in all of animation. Okay? Second best woman. Second best woman. Let's see here. I wonder, is there... Hachu. Excuse me, that was a sneeze. Ah, there is. There we go. Best woman. Megara. Megara? Meg. We'll just call her Meg. Meg from Hercules. Meg, best woman, okay? Rewatched Hercules again the other day. Just because I was like, okay, how good did animation used to be? Am I simply just having rose-tinted glasses? Or was it actually just way, way, way better back then? And no, it was just actually way, 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 way better back then. As in ridiculously way better back then. The animation quality is incomparable to the shit we have today. And the characters too, like, every character in Hercules is excellent and has a purpose. Megara is studiously seductive, but with a heart of gold to top it all off. And she has the most delicious little mean personality early on. Megara is fantastic. Hercules, naive farm boy Superman style character that wants to do good and will sacrifice himself for the betterment of others, and is rewarded for doing so. And Hades, Hades is fantastic. Hades is great in that entire show. There needed to be an entire TV series of just Hades. He was good. He's so good. Sandoom, only Twitch people I've ever given money or subs to are the old achievement hunters. Achievement hunters, like Ray Narvaz Jr., Jeremy Doley, and Matt Bragg. Only for them caused I loved what they used to do, and I do now. Also, dislike like Twitch. You know, I used to watch a guy called Lord Cat back in the day for his completionist run of, like, stupid, hard Super Nintendo video games. I only learned recently that apparently he's transitioned and become, like, super woke or something. That was a weird moment. Marek Zielinski. You know that interviews when famous black people talked about racism and said the more you talk about it and bring it, the more prevalent it is? Same for Twitch. Just let it die in its sad glory. Yes, I remember interviews with Morgan Freeman explaining that he doesn't need Black History Month because he doesn't really give a shit about his skin color. It's not a relevant part of his existence, and it shouldn't be a relevant part of anyone's existence because, well, it is an immutable property, and frankly, building your entire worldview around it is dumb. Sujad, Buffy actress went on one of those 4-year ocean cruise tours to avoid Trump's second term. She tweeted for days later at having motion sickness.
You
Listen,
ignorant slut.
no matter how much of a wokeist, crazy Sarah Michelle Gellar becomes, she is always going to be the same as Emma Watson in my heart, okay? I can fix her. I cannot condemn. Cannot condemn. God, Buffy is surprisingly good. I am rewatching it right now, and I was like, should I bother trying to rewatch Buffy? It's probably gonna suck.
Slut.
It's probably not gonna be anywhere near as good as I remember it to be. No, it's still interesting. I am still actually genuinely enjoying it. I did not expect to. It has, and it's so fucking cheesy. It has no rights to be as good as it is, and yet I'm really liking it. Wrath. For the panel, it's the AAA games industry too large is the AAA industry too large to innovate. And will this lack of innovation lead to its downfall, or will it be something else? Put this to the Fire Emblem 8 playthrough. I shall do so. There we are. Yes and no. The major studios, probably. Like, BioWare isn't going to try something new. BioWare is just going to try to make another Mass Effect. Ubisoft isn't going to try to do something new. They're just going to try to make another Assassin's Creed, or whatever else is in their stable of established IPs. Because in their minds, an established IP has a better chance of being successful, and that is correct, so long as they treat it with respect. The problem is that many of these companies assume that just because they slap an established IP name on the box, it will automatically sell. And whilst that too is correct to a certain extent, once you've been trading in on that good favor for like 3 entries of the series, it's no longer going to work anymore. That's when you're going to get slapped with a massive backlash. And if all you know how to do is print the same video game over and over again, you're not going to be able to pivot effectively to an upcoming and fresh market. This is the major benefit of China, because they don't have a massive established video game industry. They can pivot to whatever is currently popular. Right now, it's waifu games. But as that market becomes ever more saturated, I have no doubt that those companies that will have become established doing waifu games will then pivot over onto creating more traditional FPS, RPGs, and similar games, but still with waifus in them, because that's what they did originally. And as soon as that happens, I think the West is in a lot of trouble, frankly. Mr. Coconut 132, no, the men need to be oiled. Gay Leaf, I know, it's fucking weird. Obdulio, unfortunately for both Treasure Planet and Atlantis, they were both set up to fail as higher-ups in Disney felt 2D animation was a thing of the past and wanted to move full steam ahead with 3D and Pixar. The films were intentionally undermarketed. Correct. God, I had a rant about that, and now I'm kind of dehydrated, so I'm going to be snorking at you for a bit as I try to swallow my own mucus for fluids. I don't know why my nose gets stuffy when I'm like this, but it does, so deal with it. I'll try not to snort directly into the microphone. Tonushi, Archcast is a solid-state Gekas array. Yes, it is. Collinson, I hate people who ship Sam and Frodo with a passion. I do too. It's terrible. Sandoom, Arch, what about Andre the Giant? He's a legend. He is a legend, and he's awesome, and he's huge, but he's also probably gay. Usadis, wrestling is gay because it's fake. Fake equals gay. True as well. Hexy, Andre the Giant is French, so he is gay. There you go. Here are you. Boxing is fixed, wrestling is staged. Correct. So on the Lich, I'm with Vaseline lubed bread on this one. Rather watch sweaty, buff dudes humping and huffing than Sarah Michelle Gellar's show. The fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Ben, I heard of the chat music channel that turned the new Snow White trailer comments into a song. It goes really hard, midder on the wall indeed. I have not heard about that, no. Mark Ashamed, Battle Bots is better than fake wrestling. Yes. Alexander Bryant, industry bets Canada, USA, and MX is very integrated. Industry best Canada, USA, and Mexico, I'm presuming, is very integrated. I'm afraid that these tariffs will hurt American industry part cross-border all the time. Parts cross-border all the time. Yeah, definitely. Oh, in the short term it will, but again, that's what you get for not having had a protectionist economy for a while. You get fucked when you realize that you need to institute one. Jump Froggable for 20, thank you very much. Feel better, Lumlum and Streamlabs, thank you. MGMGM for 2, Ahsoka turned out to be not Rave Stevenson's last movie. There's a movie in post-production called 1242 Gateway to the West, where he played as the Pope. Really? That is kind of funny. Although, his greatest performance will always be in RRR. God, that was so good. That was absolutely amazing. Best movie ever, chat. No doubt about it. Best movie ever. Showing Ray Stevenson anime-style karate fighting Indians. It's so much better than anything you could ever imagine being good. It's just miraculous. Whilst one-handedly wielding a long rifle, of course. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Frog Jupiter. Is Jack Dempsey early age boxer, judoka, catch wrestler gay? Is Greco-Roman? Yes. Yes. Wrestling gay? What about Farmer Burns? Yes. Yes to all of that. Anything associated with Greco-Roman wrestling is gay. Tick Tick Boom. Dear Wang, thanks for not bleeding every month. I too appreciate that, but we, on the other hand, also have to, rub it against tree stumps and anything else we come across frequently, so there's that. And occasionally when you're sleeping, it's like, hello, you wish to wake up? No. But I wish attention? No. The wang is not perfect either as a tool of God's creation. It's better than the vagina, but it still has lacks and needs. Sajad, Italian women would add their period blood to the pasta sauce for the men they wanted to marry them. Why not? That's a way to get a man interested. Oh, honey, your pasta sauce is extra thick and creamy today. What is this subtle aftertaste I'm tasting? Ah, mijo. Is that Spanish? I don't know. That's the only Spanish I know. Ah, mijo and pendejo and ploma. Those are the Spanish things I need. No, plata, ploma, because plata means money. And I always hated that, because I hate the word plata. Plata sounds gay. I don't like it. It sounds effeminate, soft, weak, pliant. I hate it. Johnson Smith for 20, thank you. Why China might want the information is because correlation is how AI works. With data that doesn't even seem to relate, they'll have more relevance than you might imagine when compared to other millions of data points. That is true. Perhaps the key to making sentient AI is Lumlum's period blood. Maybe. We should ask Lumlum that question more often. If Lumlum's period blood is the key to making sentient AI. Siddharthis, I bet they can track abortion with a game like this. Big data analysis and spending habits, etc. Tick Tick Boom, Melanie Mac having that twink game would be the least surprising thing ever. And you know she'd spend hours in Character Creator. Ben, Chinese are massive gacha game addicts from a dollar view. Yes, they are. The Chinese are. The Chinese, the Japanese, and the Koreans are all massively into gacha games. So on the list, Fujo's spending millions, nobody bats an eye. Dudes buying jiggly titty games. The melanin hacks and sensifists come crawling, intending to shame you. It's terrible. It truly is terrible. Blue Sky, don't die, Fish Taco. Arch will have to bring Dev without you. I will. Mercenaries 21, no Lum Lum, I will avenge you for the Dev pox. Nolly, get well soon, Lum Lum. I'm still fending off a cough myself, so I know how you feel. Stay strong and don't die, Footfish. Who will suck all those toes then? Rima? I hope not. I hope and pray not. Wait, hold on. I remember something relevant to this. There we go. There we go. Read it and weep, chat. Be saddened and disappointed by the state of humanity, and realize that we are all truly doomed. Marksman 117. Also, never forget that during the Bloodsports Day, Nick Fuentes was openly gay before he went back into the closet so he could griff the right. The Catboy had a content house where he earned his nickname, Seaman Hunter, because of how dare someone else get laid. The Seaman Hunter. The Seaman Jager. The Seaman Jager! I have a picture of a German just crawling through people's bedroom with like a snorkel. I don't know why. Heat Seeker, cheer up, Lum. Remember, your immune system has never lost a war, even if your brain doesn't know basic panzer tactics. That's true. Aleska the First. Fish beats out Elf yet again. At least this time, Elara lost to proper R34 of you. Still got nothing on anything I do that involves any of the holos. Holos? Holos. Holos? Hololive? Maybe. Frog Jupiter, the Action Bible is a pretty good Christian comic, is it? Insane Linguist, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 days a week is the Chinese working standard. This is now allegedly outlawed. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's pretty bad. I've heard worse. But it's pretty bad, yeah. Elsa Sorana. Hey Arch, speaking of games, are you going to play the latest Atomic Heart DLC? Honestly, probably not. Like, I was interested in where the story was going to go after the end of the base game, but after that awful DLC, I don't think I want to. It's like, if they're gonna... Like, seriously, if you're gonna drag me out getting my robot waifu for like 6 pieces of DLC, I don't think I'm interested. Roshi just isn't worth that kind of investment. Ben, look at EA stumbling with Frostbite with Battlefield 2042. Yep, they pigeonholed themselves with the engine. Nightmare, Western devs see the pretty Chinese gacha slop and think live service is what makes it successful, so we're going to get more ugly live service games. Very, very possible. Tick tick boom. Western studios shareholders are going to have to get used to not seeing a return on their investment. Chinese studios, money machine gun, go burr. Yes. There is obviously no way that people will continue to invest the egregious amounts of money necessary to run a Western game studio when you could just put that money into a Chinese studio that will pay back dividends. Also, as a entendre to this image, just think of that and then Savvy. You know she'd be into it, chat. You know she would. Stooge McDuck, SMG is pretty hot, but Charisma Carpenter Cordelia is peak, especially later on. Carpenter Cordelia? Oh, oh yes, Cordelia, the vampire chick, yes. Honestly, what is her name? What is the name? Ah, yes, Dawn. That was her name. Dawn Summers. Okay, Buffy is obviously at the absolute peak, but Dawn... Isn't there something about Dawn that just makes you want to kidnap her and make her live in your basement forever? Come on. There definitely is. This is absolutely keep in basement for all eternity material. You cannot disagree. Absolutely. Absolutely. Triple padlock door and everything. Ben, companies in general don't want to train anyone, period. Correct. What? Chat disagrees with that? Are you insane? Are you insane? Chat, what the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you, chat? Dawn was excellent. God, you are so weird. You are such weirdos. You are such absolute fucking weirdos. Shame on you, chat. Shame on you. Shame on you. So, George, she'll gain 100 pounds when she gets married. Quite likely, but until then. Solox and Doppelganger, why not use drugs to never have periods? Are there such drugs? Is that a thing? Ah, somebody mentioned Faith as well. Now, yes. Yes, chat. Faith 2 is pretty great. Faith 2 is pretty amazing. This is also correct. In fact, Faith might just be all the way up there with Buffy. It's difficult to disagree with that. Is Faith better than Dawn? Maybe. Maybe she has to be bumped down to third. It's a difficult judgment. Both good. Yes, chat. Both good. Ben, inner city schools very different from suburbs. I can imagine. Hero you, what game was that dragon waifu from? You piqued my interest. I don't know. It was written in Chinese, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Axie042, you wouldn't have to worry about school shooters or weird teachers if you homeschool your kids. That is correct. Bill Squill, get well soon, Lum Lum. Arch, do you agree with Racifist that Lincoln was a tyrant? I mean, yes, by the literal definition of the word, Lincoln was a tyrant in that he sought to impose his rule upon people that did not wish his rule and who did not consent to his rule. And those people not consenting weren't simply just constituents of a larger nation. They were independent parts of that nation. They were members of a federation, not a nation. Again, I am entirely on the south side when it comes to the right to secede. Absolutely. The United States was a federation. The southern states had a right to secede. Now, you can argue against the morality of that secession all you want. But Lincoln did enforce his rule upon a people who did not consent to it. So yes, by the literal definition, Lincoln was a tyrant. Nolly, picture it, Arch. The poor immigrant kids get called down to the office, and soon as they round the corner, they're waiting in a black coat. Slum lum. That would truly be a nightmare. And an acumen, furries on screen. Only for a brief time, I'm sure. Mr. Frenzy, what was Grant's actual middle name then? He didn't have one. Well, his technical middle name, I suppose, but not really, was his given name, which was Ulysses, was his actual, middle name, technically, as his name was Hiram. Was it Hiram Ulysses Grant? That was his name. And the S was then added on during his day at West Point. So, technically, middle name would be Hiram. Or, no, Ulysses. Ulysses would be middle name, and Hiram would be first name. I don't think he used Hiram much, though. I think he actually... Did he change that? Or was there some, special, thing? Because I'm pretty sure he barely ever actually went by Hiram Grant. I'm trying to think back when I read the biography of him now, but I can't remember. ASCII042 says words I will never repeat. Never. I know I went on a rant about how much I value your money, but it's not enough to make me say that word. Not $2 at least. Mr. Mark, I'm not sure. Oh, I get another one. I should report all of you. What's next one? God help you. You too? Fuck, I'm gonna have to ban a lot of my donators. But you only give me $2, so I'm fine with that. ASCII042, Arch had to put me in timeout because he couldn't handle my timeout again. Can I time out people from the super chat menu? I can! Well, that'll make it a lot easier. Why are you hating? Old Bible God is like someone from Lovecraft. Yes, I think there was a Bible verse where he sent a bear to maul a bunch of children because they were mocking his image or something. So bear you in mind, again, when you ask yourself what would God do, well, getting a bear to beat up children is on the table. Obdulio, if you want to see another great independent animation, look up Return to Crocodile, a Donkey Kong fan 2D animation featuring the returning voice cast of the original Donkey Kong cartoon. Very high quality. I shall. Mercenaries 21, Lord Cat, Deep... That guy with the glasses law. I missed those guys. Yes, he was on their side. That was where I found him, I think. Mr. Luckless, don't believe the yuppies. Things indeed used to be much better compared to what we have today. Also, Esmeralda, objectively best girl. Gypsy girl, so good they make you forget your oath to God. Esmeralda was pretty good too, but I put Shell and Megan above Esmeralda. Definitely. Plus, Gypsy, oh no, she might be hot, but is it worth having your soul stolen through your rectum? Mr. Frenzy, will you be watching Angel as well as Buffy? No, because I'm not gay. I hate Angel.
A lot.
Fuck Angel. No, not like that. Not like that. I will only watch Buffy, the true proper show. Angel is subpar show to be rejected at every possible turn. Although, I'll tell you what, chat. I can give you an alternative show that has Angel in it. See, I've watched a lot of Angel, and I just realized it when I was watching Buffy.
Guarantees citizenship.
Let's see, there we go, TV. That's not a great resolution picture. Come on, that's gotta be a better one. There's gotta be a better picture than this, surely. Kind of. SEAL Team 6. Very good show, by the way. I actually do unironically recommend SEAL Team 6. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. There you go. There's Angel right there. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I really do actually recommend SEAL Team 6. It's an excellent show. It does go a little bit too hard on the action team style show aesthetic as you show this team of dudes dodging bullets forever and ever and somehow never getting shot or injured. That gets annoying. It's great for like a few seasons, but when I think it's like on season 6 now, it's got like 100 episodes or something insane like that, right? It's got like 100 episodes plus. At that point, watching them dodge bullets every time, every day, you start going like, how the fuck has nobody shot Angel yet? So yeah, that's my problem with it. But it's a very good show. Where was I? Ismail Thompson, why is my feed full of Canadian assassins? Good questions. Why is it? You should ask yourself that, find the answer, and then fix it, because that's not a good thing. Blaystone, Arch, you wanting Dawn equals others wanting to smash Derpy. You deserve the wood chipper. Trish, because redhead. What? What was she underage in that show? She probably was. To be fair, I mean, most of the cast is underage in that show. So we are working with this in the assumption that they are their actors, not the actual people. God, I hope the actor will... I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. I'm gonna stop digging. But she's adorable. Not even in a sexual sense, just adorable. This is why in basement, chat, locking someone up in your basement is a form of protectionism, chat. It is you taking care of them and making sure that the world does not somehow do horrible things to them. It is a kind and gentle gesture, not a sexual one, you weirdos. Mr. Luckless, Art, you ranked cartoon horses based on bangability. You don't get to call other people weird. I do, and I will. Ben, no Arch, one enclave, one America, now and forever. And the South shall rise again. Bum, bum. Actually, I've been having... I've been having a hankering to play Ultimate General Civil War again. And I do have art for it, so... I think the South will literally rise again in the not-too-distant future. Obdulio for 10 on Streamlabs, thank you. If you're still on your journey of exploring old animation movies, rewatch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Ah, classic. To watch the old animation masters of their time flex, making the carbons fit as perfectly as possibly in the real world. Nothing better has been done. I miss the whole cartoons and real world thing together thing. That was a neat subgenre. I missed that. It was kind of cool. Boog, the first with the sharpest riz wins. That's Phantom Tax. Boog, I don't want to time you out. I don't want to, because you occasionally send me good shit that I can talk about, but I will. Most next one, I can't stand shorthand. Shorthand reminds me of 1984 movie.
You ignorant slut.
It does. It's an annihilation of our language. Sandum, look up Last Day of War. Beautiful animation. Why you hating, Arch? I am related on my mother's side to General George Pickett. He never forgave Lee for wiping out his men at Gettysburg. Nor should he. Okay, listen here. Listen here, chat. I may be a simp for the southern states in general, because I do honestly genuinely think that they had the legality on their right, even if not morality. However, I must take umbrage with your patron saint. Robert E. Lee was not a particularly great general. Oh, somebody's saying Riz again. God damn it. Time out more people. He was not a very great general. He was a decent strategist, and he was a fine defensive tactician in that he knew how to dig down in an era when nobody wanted to make trenches. But as a large-scale strategist, he was awful, and he was terribly impatient. Even Gettysburg. Why did he fight at Gettysburg? He knew the Union was well entrenched. He knew attacking them was probably suicidal. He was told by all of his generals, I don't want to fight on this ground. This is terrible ground, General. Lee himself wanted to seize the ground because he knew how awful it would be to attack that ground. And yet still he was like, no, sir, I shall not retreat. I shall attack him on this ground that I myself had chosen specifically to slaughter the Union soldiers. I will slaughter my men instead. Again, the Union could afford large-scale battles like these that were terrible for their side because they had a lot more manpower, a lot more industrial capabilities. Lee knew he could not replenish his army, and he still chose, knowingly and deliberately, to throw it away. Lee was a tard. Why are you hating? Arch, I am Terrell Pickett. Congratulations, by the way. That's kind of cool. Ben, Union, Dixie, intensifies. Also Enclave for my supers. Summarize, you whore. Enclave. Where is it? There. I'll add like 10. Assuming. And Mr. Twisted Frenzy, out of curiosity, Arch, how much for you to play New Vegas? New Vegas, eh? I do want to play New Vegas. Since I want to play it, we'll start funding it, like 500 to play New Vegas, because I'm going to spend all of that money on getting artwork for New Vegas, because in New Vegas, we can have all kinds of fun, like deciding what factions to go with. Caesars, Legions, NRC, or House. And you got waifus for a couple of them. And we can redesign the waifus. Yes! Make the waifus great again. Because New Vegas, it has waifus, but they're not very good. I can have White redesign the waifus to be hot. Yes. That chick from the Brotherhood of Steel, except actually attractive. Was it Veronica? Veronica, but hot. Cass as the sultry redhead she's supposed to be. Yes. Like, listen here, chat. Listen here. We get New Vegas. I'll get Flary, the girl who did stuff like this, and who did Heather to make Cass, okay? She will look fucking gorgeous, I tell you. She will look amazing, I tell you. Yes. Yes. I am warming to this idea rapidly. Warming to this idea very rapidly, in fact. New Vegas, huh? New Vegas. We need to start wrapping up some of the games we have already, though. But yeah, New Vegas, definitely add to the list. Maybe find some nice mods for it as well. I'm sure New Vegas has an absolute ridiculous ton of mods by now, surely. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we are. Apparently there's one that adds an Iron Man suit. Because why not? Because why not indeed? Apparently even custom companions. Nice. Yes, New Vegas, and mod the shit out of it. Lovely, lovely. That's an idea for the future. There's definitely an idea for the future. Sandib, did you ever finish Fallout Equestria? I did. I did get through all of it. I don't know if I'll ever do a video on it. Because it's okay, but I feel like it wasn't amazing. It's like, there was parts of it that I really enjoyed, and parts of it that I found a little bit disturbing, and the ending was depressing as shit, frankly. I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it, but basically, well, everybody dies, let's put it like that. And some surprisingly graphic description of lesbian pony sex, which I was not anticipating. Still, definitely worth listening to. Jenny Sickman, the word charisma has gravitas. Shortening is just a devaluation, which is fitting for the time. Also, Trish, you either get a redhead or delicious brown girl. I corrected 4 typos in this. That is true. That is true. Charisma is much just a way better word. And turning it into riz is a crime that should be punished severely. Probably by, at the very least, castration, I'd think. Castration in the old school method, with a rubber band. New Vegas needs mods. It needs to support poor old game. It does. It does. It needs a lot of mods. And there are a lot of mods, so I'm sure we can find a lot of fun things for it. Anywho, with that, I think we have gotten to everything. I believe so. Since I gave Lum Lum the day off, I've been talking extra much. Well, sort of. Let's make that the narrative, shall we? Arch generously gave Lum Lum the day off, only making her serve 2 hours instead of the usual 3 to 4. Yes, it was very kind of Arch to do this for Lum Lum. A charity she frankly was undeserving of. Yes. Lacking strength, just because she's bleeding to death and her stomach is killing her. Weak. Soft. Fragile. Feeble. Female. I guess I just said female 4 times, but still. Until next time, chat, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations. And we'll probably try and wrap up Vampire tomorrow, I think. I don't know how much... Yeah, I think we can maybe do Vampire tomorrow. That'd be nice. Then we can clear room for Ultimate General Civil War. I also kind of want to play Stellaris before the big patch comes out. I also now kind of want to play New Vegas. God help me. Have a good night, chat.